This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran.
Hi, Crew fans. This is Anthony Precourt.
Hey, Crew fans. This is Greg Berhalter.
What's going on, dude? Frankie.
Ryan Schweffinger here at the Crew SC offices.
My name is Lamar Hunt Jr.
Howdy, rough lads. This is Josephie's mom.
And you're listening to ACES Radio.
Now, shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zadar, and Greg Benson.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, a double post-game edition. What a week it's been for Crewzers FC, a 5-0 loss and a 3-0 victory. The panel will discuss. Cracking the Code makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Rambo Gunner means when he uses words. Man balls, they're back. Mike, they're figurative. They're not literal. Do us a favor, and if you could, keep John's PFGs in the pantalones. Then on segment 2... the rarest of all rare treats is a celebrity guest unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Alexis Tschalte is here. Her last name sounds like somebody violently sneezed. What's going on with that? Tune in to find out. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, a.k.a. the battle for the grand prize. Sweet mother of God, Greg, gotta tell you, got a logjam at the top. Hired ballerina, lord of the shits. My Bwadi 2 Bootylicious are back, and they'll battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Crewzers, and Colorado Rapids. HangOnTour, the AGSAttack war, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful back room here at Sauber Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. number 1 Handsy Boy. And I'm joined, as always, by my good friend, the Cincinnati shitlord, the showstopper himself, Julie Stanky's best friend, Mike Burkle, and the Hollywood racist, Gregulator 614 himself, Greg Wesley Crusher Benson. Fellas, mapanches, lads from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos de Guillermo. How in the hell have you been?
2 minutes and 4 seconds this week. You're getting so close to the magic 2, the magic number 2.
Get fucked, John Clem.
Yeah, that's relevant somehow. I have no idea. How you doing, Morgan?
He hates long intros. I'm great, Greg. How you doing? Back to you.
Yeah, not too shabby, mate. Back to you.
We have an absentee amateur artist who's absentee.
He's
for
actually
real.
absentee.
Yeah. So in place of the wet boy, John Zadar, a.k.a. the buttlicker, we have none other than Julie Stanky's best friend in the whole world, Mike Burkle. Welcome to the program, Mike. How you been, pal?
I'm doing all right, but I'm a little confused. Does that make me fake John Zadar Prime?
Darby?
Go to hell.
I don't
go straight to hell.
Sorry, man.
You are backup fake John Zadar.
Yeah.
You're the fake John Zadar. Yeah. Actually, no, John Zadar is the fake John Zadar.
I like
what?
Poor man's fake John Zadar.
The poor man's fake John Zadar.
I ain't got a lot of money.
Welcome to everybody.
I know Upper Arlington piece of shit.
At Sauber Brewing Company, we have a gaggle fuck of celebrity fans in the house tonight, Greg. Let me tell you what. We got Ryan Roberts. We got the aforementioned Mike Burkle. We got Alexis Tschalte. We have Cowtown Ben, a rare treat. One of maybe.
That's how you say her name.
Maybe
that's the reason for the thing at the end of the
Cowtown?
show, isn't it?
I'll edit that out.
It's a nod to Alexis every time.
You know, Darby, I think it's pronounced Alexis. Everyone thinks
that was the original of you.
That was that. Morgan, you know what I love the most about that joke? How it was yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish I had thought of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, I'd like to make the following announcement.
Alert. Darby Schnarfus has entered the game.
I think we've already established
Darby
that.
Schnarfus, you are also joining us for segment 1. The gaggle fuck is at an all-time high. Back to you.
Correct. There are also further celebrity guests.
Who else is here? Cowtown Ben's friend?
Yeah.
Cowtown friend. Oh.
Cowtown friend.
Cowtown friend. You can find him on Twitter at cowtownfriend_hot deals. Jesus, right.
There you go.
You don't have a microphone.
The strange thing was that I actually announced that I was going to be late to the recording tonight.
Yep.
And I said I would be on John Zadar time. I'm looking around this room right now. I don't see John Zadar.
No. John texted me. He didn't do it on the Slack channel. He just said, I won't be there until segment 2.
Oh, fantastic.
How does he know when segment 2 is?
Thanks for the heads up.
I'm not sure, because he doesn't know when segment 1 starts, so how would he know when segment 2 starts?
So apparently I'm not here on Zadar time because it's still light outside.
Right. So
Because it's still Thursday.
we have a couple pieces of housekeeping to do before we get into the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. Mike Burke, I fucking love that guy.
Housekeeping, sorry about your daughter.
I want to talk about last night from a stands perspective. We're going to get into the soccering match with the footy lads in a second, but I want to talk about what happened in the stands, Greg. You weren't there.
I was not.
If you were, you would have seen our tour. Bitches.
I was at Hand Docks protecting my seats. Thank you very much.
Is that right? I'm Artur.
Oh, okay. You're Artur.
So Artur comes off of the field after the game. You know, the guys walk past and do their thing or whatever. Artur takes his shirt off, throws it into the stands.
I'm listening.
So there are two different people in this story. One of the person who caught it, and then the person who robbed it from that person. So Jarvis Woodson, celebrity fan, one of the founding members of Tifo Sweat, caught the jersey. Katie Mitchell, real Katie Mitchell, is standing next to him and just grabs it last second after it's firmly in his possession. Gives him this look that he's holding the last bottle of Zima in the world.
I just really wanted the jersey. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, Katie Mitchell, everyone. What is she, Peruvian?
Apparently she's Peruvian tonight. It doesn't matter.
So, Katie, why did you do a crime?
It wasn't a crime because it was mine to begin with.
I remember when I took that jersey. Why? No, so Katie gives Jarvis this look of death, and he immediately releases it. So Katie Mitchell gets the jersey, and we're outside in the parking lot talking about Gangster Crew Baby, which is the third piece of housekeeping. Stay tuned, cats. And for some reason, I remember when Viana gave somebody a jersey that he didn't even play in. He sat on the bench, and it stunk like such shit that we had to basically, get it away from the parking lot. It was like an overflowing Rock on the Range dumpster urinal. So I take this Artur jersey, and I take a giant whiff of it because I'm good and chazzing. I'm good and chazz. It's sopping
chazzing
wet.
is a verb now, everybody.
Darby, it doesn't smell like anything. It smells like literally nothing.
It should have smelled like
shit.
Man and victory and amazingness.
But
and
it didn't.
Maybe a little bit of Mike Burkle semen.
Artur's
sandalwood.
So in other words, nothing.
Sandalwood.
Yeah.
Artur's sweat smells like fucking nothing. He is Jesus. He is God. That's far as he's the future of the
definitely
franchise.
not of this earth.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Artur and Morgan. You know this.
I do. Second piece of housekeeping, Ola Kamara comes over to the Nordic as well, grabs the microphone from Tony, and then
which is always a good course of action,
and then starts singing happy birthday to him. What? Tony then asked him for his jersey, and then he took it off and gave it to him. Watch that happen in real life. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's it was Tony's birthday. I guess.
Ryan and Alexis were busy over in 109 petting dogs. He told me that.
Apparently, where was it?
121.
Oh, that's right. Cause,
literally as far from the Nordic as you can get.
Because poops on the pitch happened last night, didn't it? No, wait, that was the TFC game.
Oh. Very nice, Greg. I don't know how anybody comes back from that. Probably very slowly and with a dog. The last and most important piece of housekeeping is, all I can say is, the Gangster Crew Baby cometh.
Gross.
I didn't even think it was breathing heavy.
So, while Ola is singing this song to Tony, Alex Crognell has
singing
this song.
Well, this is the Gangster Crew Baby theme.
Now that would be a good happy birthday.
Ain't nothing
song.
but a Krog thing.
If Ola comes
is
over
what it
and
was.
Sings G thing to you. Yeah.
That joke, that sad trombone is for your joke, Greg. Delete your account. So
I already did.
Crognell walks past and he's done and he leaves and he goes away. So in the meantime, we're singing Happy Birthday to Tony as the Nordic. When who walks back? Alex Crognell, and he's carrying something, Darby, in his hands, in his arms. He's a young lad is sitting there. As he gets closer, I realize this motherfucker has Gangster Crew Baby. What? And Gangster Crew Baby in real life is wearing that crazy fedora
Well, let's ask a quick question though. Given that Crognail is 8'4",
yes.
Are you sure it wasn't a fully grown bald man he was carrying in his arms?
I don't know why the studio audience is laughing about this. This is a serious subject. How dare you? This is the future president of Huston Holligans. He'll probably take over for Countdown Ben.
It's Gangster Crew middle-aged man.
No,
that's what it is.
Darby and I actually discussed this pre-show, or no, maybe it's, I don't care who it was. When he gets to when Gangster Crew Baby gets to 35, does he still go by Gangster Crew Baby, or is he like Gangster Crew, like adult? I think he's
still Gangster Crew Baby, but in the
there's a comma in there
in the Bruce Dickinson way,
no,
like
Gangster
calling
Crew,
them babies. Gangster Crew Babies.
Are you 90 years old?
It's happening, Greg.
Wow.
No. I'm Christopher Walken, apparently.
Coming from Darby, that's bad.
So he presents Gangster Crew Baby like the Lion King to the Nordak. And I take my rough lad scarf off immediately, Darby. It was just instinct. And I threw it on the field right to Alex Crognail. I mean, I must have thrown this 150 yards. People are saying I'm one of the best athletes.
Yeah, right in the middle of the strike zone. Yeah.
Fantastic athletic.
Yeah, being someone in the head who left early.
One of the best. And he drapes it over and around Gangster Crew Baby's little tiny ultra neck.
Swaddles him.
Yeah, swaddles him in it, and then just walks away. It was the most magical fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
Can somebody corroborate this story and tell me if it actually happened?
Countdown Ben, right there. He took fucking video of it. Yeah. If you're on Twitter, you know.
I mean, I don't disbelieve you, even though all I can see is your hair at this point over the top of the monitor.
You're looking very.
Hey, how's it going, Countdown? How you doing, mate?
Wonderful.
No.
But big shout out to the entire Crocnail clan. I mean, it was a whole day of social media teasing about Gangster Crew Baby being at the game, and man, they delivered. I'll tell you what. I was talking to a bunch of shitlords at the mini tailgate. That's all we were talking about. We were
because
saying,
there were so many shitlords at the mini tailgate.
Why were you at the mini tailgate? I thought it was dead.
It's dead.
Yeah, we
I
were
watched
out
it die at Gaster.
Proof of life. Morgan says it's dead.
Moving the fuck on to actual soccer talk. That's why you tune in to ACES Radio to get your fix. Is that wrong?
Sure.
Damn it.
Let's go with that.
Crewzers FC, we have two games to cover. We can briefly talk about TFC. I feel like it's a sad time from the long ago. We don't need to cover very much, but let's cover it nonetheless. So on Friday, on the 26th, Crew go to Toronto and get absolutely fucking trashed 5-0. Give up a penalty in, the 5th minute. Trillium Cup 2017 officially goes to Toronto FC. Worst loss in MLS history for Columbus Crew SC. Again, Darby. No Giovinco. No Josie Altidore. No problems. You watch the game. Your thoughts, my friend?
I watched the first 60 minutes of the game. When they gave up the third goal, I did actually turn the game off. At that point, I was incensed. I went back later and caught the end result on Twitter, and then I threw myself off a cliff. But I got better. So
nice, you're dead now.
Good.
Yes,
just like Walter the Raccoon, Kyle the Possum.
I'm not dead, motherfucker.
There's nothing to talk about in that game. It was a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you give up. Let me put my Sean Spicer hat on for a second here.
Yeah, as you should, being the team Spicer.
Let me defend Crewzers FC. Mike, when you go on the road and you give up and you play, quote unquote possession oriented soccer like Crewzers FC does, and you give up a penalty on the road 5 minutes in, is there anything you can take from a game, whether it ended 1-0 or whether it ends 5-0, from a game where you're just you're basically fucked from the word go? Did you watch a game or were you busy upping the lads down in Cincinnati?
I did watch the game, yeah.
Your thoughts?
I thought the game was hilarious. Like that kind of
trash talk has already begun.
No. Honestly, I was watching from the third goal on to the 5th. I was laughing. Like, what else can you do? It's either that or just fucking throw your phone over a cliff or throw yourself over a cliff if you're Darby. Like, no, I watched that game. I got in the bathtub and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch this on my phone. And
you got in the bathtub?
I did. You're damn right. I did.
Let's talk about that a little more.
Yeah,
he got in the bathtub and then just dropped a toaster in.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm like, fuck it. Like, that's going to make this more palatable.
What variety of bath bomb did you drop in your water to get the foam and the colors and stuff?
All of them? Every variety.
Okay.
I went to Lush and I was like, I'll take one of everything. Give me the robot. Give me the sex one. I'll take them all.
I believe its official name was Blue Orange.
Yeah, it was the Blue Orange one. I threw that one in too. I threw a Blold one in there, black and gold one. Yeah, I threw them all in.
Is that how
Sure,
it goes?
why not?
There are three of them. Great to have you back, Mike Burkle. Greg Benson.
Yeah.
So we come out in some sort of 4-1-4-1 thing.
Yeah.
It was odd. Now, I mean, when the lineup was released, it kind of looked like a 4-4-2.
Mm-hmm.
But who the fuck knows what happened? You know, it's kind of a pregame thing. You're like, okay, then everybody run around like, they got their head cut off. The thing to me, if you can find specific insulting things about a 5-0 loss, as if the entirety of it isn't insulting enough, is that they score twice after going down a man in the 81st.
Yeah.
A red card, a hard challenge on Trapp, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, for the second game in a row, in a late loss, we go up a guy and do fucking nothing, and they score twice. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, it really fucked up my prediction, didn't it? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think I predicted 3-1.
Tune into segment 3 to find out.
Tune into segment 3, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of threw that for a loop. I was like, all right, Columbus is going to get a goal. And then the exact opposite happened, and then it happened again.
Yeah.
I don't think that a 4-4-2 would have made a difference. I don't think any formation would have made a difference. Toronto is deep because to do that without your two best players is still pretty bloody impressive. I mean, if it was against anybody but Columbus, we'd be looking at that going, wow, these guys are really good.
Yeah.
Like, as it is, we're sort of lamenting, like, why did Columbus not to... I think that would have happened to any team that went to Toronto that night.
Yeah.
But we talked a little bit about that before the show. Is like, if you look at the salaries, they definitely deserve to beat us every time. Like, it's kind of a miracle that we get anything out of it whenever we play Toronto.
You put a spreadsheet together and you put the equation together of Toronto's payroll compared to Columbus's payroll, and then the outcome spits out 5-0. You're like, that feels about right.
Yeah, but like when you watch the games, sometimes it's like we beat them early in the season. They had Giovinco, and we're like, all right, cool. That's great, and then without him, we get fucking spanked.
And then we beat him for 85 minutes a second time before losing.
Yeah.
And the one guy who you could say, oh, well, hey, we got this highly paid defender. He's the highest paid defender in the fucking league. He gives up a PK in the 5th fucking minute on a garbage challenge.
Gets a yellow for it as well.
Darby, last thing about TFC, because my blood pressure's going up and we can move on to Seattle. The thing that people were talking about more than anything in the Outrage Brigade was that Miram gets subbed off in the 40th minute for Artur. Artur playing is never a bad thing, but Justin Miram's the best offensive player on our team. Was it more of a fact that Will Trapp is completely incapable of playing by himself in the midfield, or was Greg Berhalter, as he said, trying to send a message that anybody is up to be taken off?
See, we don't know, because Berhalter said both things. First, he said he was sending a message, then he's like, no, it was a tactical thing. I don't know. When Artur came on, he was the only person hustling, basically, from that point on. So he brought that, but yeah, he couldn't stop the
Hansen looked like he cared a little bit.
Yeah, I think if you figure out after 40 minutes that formation isn't working, you go into halftime, right? You make your adjustments then. What the hell is the point in bringing somebody in 5 minutes before they blow the whistle? Like, I legitimately have no idea what the rationale was there. It's nothing good, and it certainly didn't help, because after you made that change, there were still 3 more goals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he was trying to get 3 more goals.
This is why I'm not a coachy soccerman, because I don't fucking understand what he was doing.
What we've learned about Greg Berhalter is that the only answer that he's going to give is one that does not line up with exactly what he's thinking. He's never going to tell you exactly what's on his mind.
He can't comment about players not on the roster, Greg.
Well, the thing about it is he's one of those personalities. He's a fixer. He's a guy who will go into damage control and just sort things out his own way. Tell the press the bare minimum and leave them with just enough that they can make stories out of it. But in the meantime, he's got his own plan. He's got his own ideas. I have no idea why he makes that substitution, whether it's one or the other or another equally more bizarre reason.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, it obviously does send a message that, look, Will Trapp, when he's isolated, has been problematic this year, particularly on defense. We saw it again. We saw it against New England. We saw it against Toronto. He's a guy who needs help out there. He cannot be the lone guy.
He can't.
You're right there with the drops.
People are afraid of that.
Got a little.
Yeah.
got a little antsy there with the.
That's awesome. Tyler
Morgan
likes
has
it.
Tourette's
Tyler
in his
likes
fingers.
Yes. You know what? Moving on. Seattle.
Yeah,
let's talk about good stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Seattle Sounders FC, the plastic fight in Capo since 1974, come into the tiny Demon Fortress last night. No Dempsey, no Jordan Morris, no Chad Marshall.
So we lose this game, right?
Yeah, right.
Historically,
I was going to say 5-0, right?
2017 will tell you that is the recipe for winning at Moffrey Stadium. Unfortunately, a funny thing happened on the way to our funeral, Mike. It was a 3-0 Crewzers FC victory. Egwene in the 10th, Merrim in the 21st, Kamara in the 59th. Egwene joins the 40-40 club. Good for him. That's him, McBride, and Jeff Cunningham, right? Is that right? Fantastic. What else? Yeah. So, Merrim has now tied his career high for goals.
It's May.
Yeah. Before June.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He's having a fucking season. Darby, I'll start with you. 5 changes of the starting 11. Josh Williams slots in at center back. Artur Finley, Reitala, and Jimenez come back. Hansen, Mana off of the bench, and Nicky ACES, Waylon Francis not to be seen in the 18. Your thoughts, my friend?
Yeah. Apparently, Ness he was getting his wrist slapped for not playing well last week. I think.
You think that's what it was?
That's what got said. And if of the two center backs who were playing, if there's one who needed to learn a freaking lesson, it wasn't Ness. But they played well. Jimenez had an amazing game. Just quietly was balling all game long.
That was Hector's best. Performance as a soccerman.
Yeah, he's like, you know what? Awful's not here. I'm going to show you how it's done. And he works better, I think, especially in times when Finley's on the field. They connect better. The team looked good. They moved the ball. You were like, that game never felt in jeopardy. I was never nervous. Never. It was like, oh yeah, we're walking away with this one.
Yeah. And all 3 of those goals, we were just talking about this on the patio, all 3 of those goals were clinical, not easy finishes. They had an inch and they put the ball right there. And Ola almost had another one, an impressive way to beat, the most evil empire in MLS, Greg. I know you hate Seattle.
I do.
And immigrants. Back to you.
Yeah, no, just white people.
Yeah.
Mostly white immigrants. There's a lot of self-loathing going on there. Yeah. Fuck the Welsh, am I right? Anyway. No, this was a pretty complete performance, and I think the question about the lineup, guys like Jimenez and whatnot, who had the chance to step up. Obviously, it's a midweek game. You've got a weekend game coming up. You're going to rotate some guys. You're going to give some people a chance to start that wouldn't on a Saturday. And Jimenez relishes in that role occasionally, and this particular time he took it by the throat.
Yeah. 5 changes at the starting 11.
Yeah.
Either one of which being Will Trapp or Jonathan Mensah.
Right. The 2 guys that we've pointed out most often as being the problem areas. I get with Mensah, there's always that thought in the back of your mind that we're paying a lot of money for this guy.
You have to think that.
You have to put him out there.
I'm sorry, in this league that matters.
You have to get value for money, because if you don't, what's he going to do? He's going to be like, all right, well, I'm making good MLS money.
Yeah.
But how does it compare to what I could be making in another league somewhere else where I would be starting?
At the risk of sounding exactly like Kyle Crew on BigSoccer.com/hot deals, Jonathan Mensah is 1/10 of the defender of Alex Crognale and makes 10 times the money.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah, it seems to be I don't know. At this point, we're not even halfway into the season yet. Or are we? We're getting close to it.
No one knows.
I don't know. A lot of people are saying we're close.
A lot of people say
the
season
numbers,
starts
guys.
on June 14th.
But, I'm still struggling to see the value for money with him. I can see why you'd go out and sign a guy like that with his pedigree, with his World Cup
Gaston
experience.
Saro isn't hurt, and
he
he doesn't exist.
Right.
He's not a thing.
No, you've got to forget about Gaston Saro at this point.
Darby,
I definitely have.
We just reminded Mike Burkle that he exists, and Burkle's like,
good for you, Mike. Good to have you back. Darby Schnarvis, there was a defenders-only meeting on Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. After a 5-0 drubbing, all the defenders came together and said, let's go mini golf. We'll get a couple of race car, like Magic Mountain, Street Fighter. It seemed to work out. Your thoughts?
But it was a coach mandated defenders only meeting. Like he emailed them, and they all looked at their cell phones and said, "Oh, we should go ahead."
I have a PowerPoint I want to show you.
I was sort of getting to the point that I was wondering if you were going to see one of those players-only meetings where maybe a vocal captain gets up and says everybody needs to get their shit together. But it turns out that Greg got on his BlackBerry and got all guys again.
Oh, he's got a tour? 9630?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
BlackBerry Messenger.
Yeah, no, but the Backline and Stefan, right? Like that was pretty much it. It was no other dudes allowed.
I think midfielders were there for some reason.
I don't know.
I thought the only people who still used Blackberries were Canadian lawyers.
Jesus Christ, these hot takes, so fiery. So far before Section 3.
Section 3?
Yeah.
Or Segment 3?
It now.
Okay.
How many
Section
weeks
3.
has it been since we had a shutout? So you could argue that it was effective.
There was a shutout on Friday against Toronto. You talking about us?
Just went the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I totally didn't see that joke on Reddit earlier today.
Oh, did somebody else make it?
Yeah.
They probably should delete their account. Mike Burkle, the Cincinnati racist, as they're calling you.
No one calls me that.
That's a little bit redundant from my time in Cincinnati.
He
Anyway.
lives in Covington, Kentucky.
Sure.
Get a lover.
Yeah. Remind you of that all the time. Artur gets sick at halftime. Before he takes his shirt off and throws it to Jarvis/Katie Mitchell, Artur misses the first 2 minutes of the first half. Conspiracy?
No.
All right, great. Darby.
Glad we got that one resolved.
I mean, so I'm making so many Any Given Sunday references lately, but isn't that like Willie Beeman's first game where he comes in and he throws up and then he has an amazing game? Is there like, you should do that every week? Like maybe if Artur pukes at halftime,
He doesn't
that's
need to
gonna be
puke.
the key.
He's the future, and he hasn't puked yet. That was the first time he ever puked in his life.
Well, he should keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. The next chunk of games we have coming up, so including the Seattle game, we have 10 straight games against teams currently outside of the playoff positioning right now. And the next team we have that's currently in playoff, positioning is Bridgeview, and they're at home. So if we're going to make our hay this year, Mike, in league play, it's going to be made in this stretch, which is traditionally when we start to turn shit around. MLS Cup final, confirm or deny?
Sure, why not?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't think we were going there when we did a couple years ago. So
Yeah, and I mean, winning on the road in MLS is hard, but Colorado, I wouldn't say it's exceptionally hard to win there. Minnesota, they're historically fucking irrelevant.
No, they're an expansion team. We're going to get fucked by Minnesota.
They've already taken as many players as they could from us in that expansion draft. It's not happening again. Back to you.
They can still take points from us for damn sure.
Not going to happen.
Okay, well,
Ohio State
You're not
always
gonna
wins
have
at
a Mo
Minnesota.
Saeed revenge game though, so that's nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't play for Minnesota anymore. He actually plays in Colorado, so we'll see him this weekend.
Mo, if you're listening,
because he's getting
please,
field time too.
Mo, we know you're listening, is what you
don't.
meant.
Yes, Mo, we know you're listening. Yeah.
West
Saeed. He chastised me on Twitter the other day.
I fucking loved
He
that.
fucking called me out.
Really, I didn't
Yeah.
see that for
I
obvious
just-
reasons, but I
How
didn't
about
see
that?
this.
No, I had my Berhalter out moment, and he was all like, he did that super inspirational shit where he's like, that's the wrong approach to take. You should have faith in the team, and they'll come around. The team wouldn't be where it is without him. And I actually felt bad. I'm like, oh, I disappointed Mo.
Yeah,
It's like you're talking to me all wrong. That's the wrong tone.
Yeah, he
do it again.
He didn't even clearly
Stab you
he
in the
doesn't
face with a
follow you.
soldering iron.
Yeah,
He was just looking at the Crewzers hashtag because he's a bro that still fucking cares.
Yeah, he's just like,
And he
still
went
checking
out of his
stuff
way
out.
to emoji you with the frog
Yeah.
and the teacup.
And it wasn't like shitty
Roasted.
or anything. He was just like, no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
I don't know how Darby comes back from that, Morgan. Back to you.
he doesn't come back from it.
He literally killed me with kindness.
He sure did. Let's go around the table, which is a Latin term for podcast hosts, and get our color impressions out of the way for Crewzers FC hosting Seattle Sounders FC. Greg Benson.
Yes.
If you're at Hendok's Pub,
Yes.
you're going to see a naked butt.
It's probably
doesn't
not
wear
mine.
Pants.
It's not mine.
Your color impressions of the match, my friend.
My color impression is rave green because Seattle, and they didn't actually wear that color last night, which was
for you.
I guess
remember things.
that makes sense because it kind of clashes with yellow. But
No,
so
they were
does
wearing
white.
their knockoff 2014 Timbers away kit.
That's what it did look like.
It's the
that,
exact
didn't
same
it?
fucking thing.
It is.
It doesn't look like it. It is the exact.
It's
same
almost
thing.
like that's what happens when you have a single jersey supplier outfit an entire league, and they just recycle the same templates year after year. Back to you.
Darby Schnarfus, speaking of sons of bitches.
Yeah.
You were at the game last night.
I was.
You were a casual fuckboy.
Yeah.
Upper deck.
Yep.
No pups, no pitches for you.
None
Too
of
far away to
those.
see that kind of shit.
Absolutely.
But you have an impression, and it's colored. Tell us about it now.
Greg, I'm going to go with white, which was the color that Seattle wore, and is also the color of surrender, which is what they did after the first goal.
And it's also a color I really hate. Fuck white people. Back to you, Morgan.
You're also wearing white in addition to being white today, so
That's very.
congratulations on
That's actually true.
self-loathing.
There's a lot of self-loathing going on today.
Roasted.
Mike
I'll
Burkle,
solve it by getting drunk.
the Covington, Kentucky racist, as they're calling you.
Literally, no one calls me that.
The murderer.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who kills people.
Sure.
Call the police if you see him.
Wow, I liked him better when he was just fucking other people's girlfriends.
He does that. He's a racist. He murders. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Greg, how dare you?
Crimes
Mike
on
Burkle,
crimes on crimes, baby.
Your color impressions of Crewzers FC, Seattle Sounders FC.
Well, I was going to say all of those colors that just got said, so I'm going to go with red, Morgan.
Mafra Insurance red?
Sure. It was the color of my mouth, which was hanging wide open whenever anyone told me that we were winning against Seattle. Because I never think that we're going to beat Seattle.
Fucking pro.
I was like,
most of us have like a healthy pink thing going on, but you're red.
Phrasing?
Enough of Chris Doran.
Yeah, I've been pretty red ever since.
Quote
Saturday.
Chris Doran, all of us enjoy a healthy pink thing. Burkle, you want to plug, since you're such a pro on this goddamn show, do you have some sort of YouTube show that people should be paying attention to?
I do. Would you like me to say the name of it?
What's the name of that?
It's a Rock Gut Gaming.
Rock Up Gaming.
Rot Gut Gaming.
Gut?
It's like a thing for alcohol.
What if I look for Rock Up Gaming?
I have no idea what you'll find. I've never done that.
Yeah. Search for Rock Up Gaming on Twitter.
It's
Sure,
probably
why not?
Porn, YouTube. Yeah.
That's right. So your YouTube channel is just you and a couple other people playing video games?
Yeah, and we get really drunk.
What else?
Sometimes I take my shirt off.
Doesn't
That's not
sound
great. Yeah, it's not great.
Fan-fucking-tastic. My color impression of Crewzers FC, Seattle Sounders FC, I've been given a lot of thought. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say the color...
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, Darby. Yellow.
Yellow like what, Morgan?
Yellow like Crewzers FC. Fan-fucking-tastic. It's great
Sorry,
to have you
John.
back. What a pro. God damn. I mean,
If only Zadar were here to fuck that up.
R.I.P.
If you're the fake John Zadar, like... I mean, I feel like you're the real John Zadar now in my heart.
Yes.
Fan-fucking-tastic. What if I told you, Darby, that there was a cure for... Nope, don't do that. What if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is doing the wrong thing? That's from segment 3.
I would say that I had been the cure, but apparently not.
So that's why I'm here, Darby. Don't worry.
Okay.
Wrong you are, Mike. They say the only cure for the scourge that is Cincinnati racism
What the fuck?
is knowledge.
And now,
Yeah, it's knowledge.
an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Panther?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What? We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. No, you can't, Walter.
That comes in segment 3.
Oh, is that
Morgan.
wrong?
Section 3, pardon me.
Section 3?
Yeah, section 3.
I watched Section 3 die in a dumpster outside of Castor Connection. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, another edition of Cracking the Code, an ACES radio exclusive, much like the Minnesota Marching Band.
I've had my hand in a lot deader things than that.
How many Chris Doran jokes are we going to make?
When is Trash Pandas on the pitch? When is that going to be a thing?
Pandas on the pitch.
Trash
Yeah,
pandas.
trash pandas. I mean, but yeah.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Pandas on the pitch.
DC United.
Moving the fuck on. This week's Cracking the Code clip comes from none other than Twitter user Rambo Gooner, who is a guy that I've never met. He was certainly not there to found Rough Lads, Dos Acero, when we lost to Mexico in Columbus. A lot of people are saying that didn't even happen. So, Rambo Gooner, yesterday, Cincinnati FC Football Club, Cincinnati wins against Louisville Sluggers, and they move on to the fourth round of U.S. Open Cup, and they get the challenge of welcoming Crewzers FC to University of Cincinnati Football Stadium. And there were a lot of hot takes on the internet. Ben Beachy was talking a bunch of shit. Greg Benson deleted his account months ago.
I did.
And one of the hottest takes came from Rambo Gooner. So I traveled to Covington, Kentucky. I put a microphone in front of his face. And once we were sure that Mike Burkle wasn't around murdering people, I said, defend yourself, repeat your statement. And he said the following in 3, 2, 1.
Guys, this is Rambo Gooner, and I just wanted to let you know that you fuckboys from Cowtown are in big trouble when you come down here to the Queen City to play FC Cincinnati FC Football Club Cincinnati. We are going to wipe the floor with you backwards-ass country farmer bitches. And then we're going to win the stands so hard that it will make all your tiny baby dicks fall off into the Ohio River. Hashtag Football Club Cincy FC Cincinnati Football Rough Lads FC Cincy. Hashtag Yellow Swag 24/7 Blaze. Let me smash.
That's a long tweet.
That is way beyond
There must be a lot of emojis.
He uses one of those things where, like, you click on the link and it expands it.
That was a tweet storm.
But it was a link. You never click on links. Or is that only a Reddit
I didn't
thing?
need to. That was him saying it.
I mean, it was him saying it, and as always, Morgan, the thing that I like most about that clip was that it was actually Rambo Goon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not liars.
No, not at all.
We would never.
He sounds a lot like Andy Loughnane.
A little bit like Anthony Precourt.
A lot of people are saying that.
He does, doesn't he?
A little bit. I don't know what hashtag Yellow Swag 24/7 Blaze it means, but those guys sound like they're all about
I'm
it.
starting to think that Andy Loughnane's been doing some scouting down in Covington.
I think they share the same voice actor.
Now, Rambo Gooner shitlordery aside, as I alluded to, FC Cincinnati Football Club won against Louisville Sluggers. We are playing them June 14th. No coincidence that is 614.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
No coincidence, except that it totally absolutely is.
Aside from the coincidental aspect, there's no coincidence there.
Right.
So tickets went on sale today. Go to HangOnTour on Twitter. There's a link. Fucking code is Crew17. Rough Lads are filling up that section. Darby Schnarfus, first edition of the Hell is Real Cup. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on the upcoming match, my friend?
I'm looking forward to it. I do appreciate the in-state appeal to it. Of course, depending upon who you're asking, either one side or the other is leading the circle jerk of rah, 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 we're better, you suck, we've got better attendance, we're MLS and you're not.
FC Cincinnati's winning that one.
The nice thing is, just a good travelable game.
Hour and a half, man, HangOnTour.
Yeah, if it's got to be a weeknight and we can't host it, then at least it's a place you can get to. And,
Goddamn right.
Still, be at work the next day. From what I understand, Morgan, you are personally arranging a bus.
Who said that?
From Columbus. You're paying for it yourself.
A lot of people are saying that, Morgan.
Robert Rowe said
probably two buses, in fact, because actually, I don't know if you've looked. The section is selling pretty fast.
Is it?
Other than the fact that it's probably like FC Cincy fans buying tickets because they announced the crew code on their website so that literally anybody can buy tickets in that section. The way Mike Burkle is looking at me, this is absolutely confirmation.
We're going to save Mike Burkle's hot takes for last. Yeah. Greg Benson,
Yes.
You are not from this country.
I am not from this country.
Your thoughts?
I like this. I was hoping that Cincinnati would beat Louisville.
Yeah.
Which I think is how you pronounce it over here in this country.
Yeah.
CF, because everything's backwards, because land down under.
Yep. Football spelled with a U and a crazy B.
Yeah,
OU.
Like futeball,
Yeah.
but yeah. Who would do that? No, I like this. I think for all of ever since FC Cincinnati became a thing, there's been a lot of bluster from a lot of FC Cincinnati fans who weren't previously or still concurrently Crew SC fans.
What's bluster? Is that a makeup?
Get a dictionary and work your way forwards.
Okay.
But yeah, no. There's been a lot of trash talk, a lot of.
Does that surprise you? It's an intake.
No,
it's an
not at all.
in-state,
No, it doesn't.
thing.
It doesn't surprise me at all. It's nice to see that finally manifested on the field rather than on Twitter.
You think it's a bigger deal because we had to wait for 2 years?
I think it does add to it. It does add an element of, we've been building up to this for a while now, that we've been working our way towards this game that we knew would eventually happen in one setting or another. We thought that it would happen either in Open Cup last year when Cincinnati had a chance to play this game, and then
lost to Tommy Hyman.
Tampa Bay happened. No, but there's been a lot of anticipation that eventually the two teams would collide, that there would be some kind of meeting, and to see that finally play out, I think there's going to be a lot of energy in the stadium as a result.
Hell yeah, dude. Mike Burkle, I want to go to you now.
Shit, Lord.
This is the reason you're here. And after that, I definitely want to get Cowtown Ben's hot takes on this. He's the number one crew troll, but he does it in a respectable way.
Number one,
like a classy prostitute. Like I might think about kissing this one on the mouth. Enough about Chris Doran.
Sorry about your daughter.
This is why you're here tonight. Aside from promoting your YouTube channel, which I've
been doing nonstop.
Pump Up Video Games, AGSAttack.com. So you're both a Cincinnati FC Football Club Cincinnati fan and a Columbus Crewzers FC supporter.
That's true.
What's going through your head right now, bro?
I am fucking stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. My body is goddamn ready.
Are you like kind of terrified at all, or is it just completely a celebration? It's finally happened.
I wouldn't say I'm terrified at all. No, I've from the moment that I was starting to get excited about the team. I've been waiting for this matchup. Do you want me to?
I thought you were doing a whole thing. Never mind.
I will. I can do it.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
But I'm excited.
Nope.
Well, then, do you have an excited drop?
No, go ahead. No, you're
okay,
fine.
Jesus Christ. No.
Oh, sorry. That's on a loop. My bad. Back to you.
No, I am fucking stoked about this. I've been waiting for this from the moment I was, accepting that this team was going to be a thing and that they were serious about it, and it wasn't just like a Cincinnati Dutch Lions thing.
Yeah, which exists.
Yeah, which does exist actually. Yeah, did you know they're building a bar? Yeah, they're building a bar in Covington. No joke. Yeah, sorry to make that happen. But we knew it was going to be a thing because eventually it would, because the U.S. Open Cup is seeded regionally or whatever.
Yep.
And I just don't see how anyone could view it as a bad thing in any way.
No.
It's just going to be great. I get to see
unless we lose. Then I will have no respect for you.
For me, we are going to lose no matter what, and we are going to win no matter what.
Are you going to be that guy who has the half jersey?
Oh, please don't ever
be
do
that guy, please. I would love to say
No,
that.
please don't.
Is that
do
Brady
that.
Quinn's sister? Is that what we're talking about?
Cincinnati jersey and the other half's the Columbus jersey?
Probably.
Be that guy, please.
Honestly, I haven't thought about it, but I probably will have my Crew socks on, but I'll definitely be rooting for Cincinnati.
No,
are you going to be in the...
Sorry.
We need the half and half jersey.
How about a Crew condom as well?
Okay, enough.
I mean, you wear a Crew condom all the time.
Okay,
you walk
Crew
around
SC
with it, right?
condom, by the way. $16 from both of you.
Come take my money. I don't give a fuck.
As a quick thing, can we talk about how the grassroots name is so much better than the official teams love it name?
Say that again.
That this
in
should
English?
be the Hell is Real Cup and not the fucking Ohio Derby.
Fantastic fucking
Did
point.
did somebody actually institute Ohio Derby?
No,
Or
before
Derby?
Ben comes on, we need to right here, right now, decide as a fan base of both teams, of FC Football Club Cincinnati, FC Cincy, #RoughLads, and Columbus Crewzers FC, that we are not having any of this Ohio Derby trash.
Hell no.
The first time I hear Neil Sika say Derby, I'm killing myself. And I'm going to kill the hostages with me.
Neil Sika? You know what you have to do.
If you're listening right
Don't
now,
celebrate. Ryan
say
Roberts.
Derby.
Delete Rhino Roberts on Twitter. Ben Beachy, come over to the microphone, whichever one you want. Darby's is probably closer. Or you'll come over to
Darby's is closer, and it also involves taking a microphone away from Darby, which is always a good thing.
Mike did put his microphone in his mouth, so, I mean, if you're still considering that the better option, I don't know what that says about
Ladies and
Mike
gentlemen,
put Mike in his mouth.
For the first time since hitting puberty recently, I want to welcome to the program none other than internet celebrity Cowtown Ben. Cowtown. Ben, pull that microphone close to your mouth. There you go. Do a little test. Nope. There it is. Now talk into it.
It's me.
No, that was horrid.
That was talking alongside
All
it.
right, as
You
a
wanna
guy,
talk into it.
as a guy who frequently likes to illustrate the absurdity of soccer fandom, you've been paying close attention to the FC Rough Lads since they started. How excited are you to play the Football Club Cincinnati's? Here we go.
Yeah, it's great radio when we just see him doing hand gestures.
I'm not a good podcast guest. I don't know. I guess I'm excited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you excited more for the game or for the trolling opportunities when we
trolling
destroy them?
opportunities, absolutely.
Do you have some that you've already, do you have drafts saved?
I have screenshots saved.
Good.
Many.
I know that. So, when the person who's definitely not a robot does videos about recapping MLS, that person knows that when they need embarrassing screenshots from other teams' Twitter, they can just text Ben and Ben has it on fucking lockdown.
Is that why that robot texted me that one time?
It is.
Oh.
It is one. Yeah.
I'm surprised it was just one time.
Yeah. So, are you going to go to the game?
I have a ticket. I don't know if Mom's going to let me go.
That's something we all have to deal with.
That's so sad.
I didn't
He hasn't been there. Oh wait, me for 20 years.
Darby, I didn't even think about that today. I bought my ticket and I was like, I didn't even think whether or not my mom is going to be cool with it. Like, what
Your
if she
mom
says
is going
no?
to be so mad. You have no idea.
Nancy.
Man.
There's a good chance.
You need to be home before midnight, Morgan.
True.
Because
True.
curfew. Yeah.
Last time Ben came for an event, it was Tifo Sweat when they were tracing the banner for Dos Acero, and he left all of his clothes there.
There have been times after that, but yeah, that happened.
Yeah, like a whole bag of like high school varsity soccer shit.
So basically what you're saying is Tifo Sweat is a place to find naked teenage boys?
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying. Hey,
Well, John Zadar took the clothes home. I don't know what he did with them in the meantime before he gave them back.
oh, but you do have them.
Yeah,
Do they
I've
smell
worn
like
them
wet?
since. I haven't worn them since. I don't trust them.
Do you have any other hot takes regarding FC Cincinnati? While we have you here,
I'm a
who's
bad
the-
podcast.
He's apparently better
Who's-
on Twitter than live.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
turns
shit.
out.
Yeah.
He gets time to rehearse things on Twitter. That's the beauty of social media. You don't have you're not on the spot.
Who's the
By
fan
the way,
base-
we're not live.
Who's the fan base that you hate the most?
Orlando.
For sure.
Oh, pfft.
Like, is there anybody close by a factor of what?
It goes Orlando and then Columbus
Okay,
and then
that's fair.
No, that is fair. No one hates us like we hate us.
probably New England. Then
Studio audience love that. New England, really? Are they cringy?
do you remember 2014?
Kind of. What happened? I just became a fan
Well, no,
last
I
week.
don't remember. I was asking you if you do.
Huh? How does Cincinnati stack up?
I don't think about Cincinnati.
They're not in the top 10?
Oh,
I don't think about
Sorry,
you at
Mike.
all.
FC irrelevant.
Don Draper shit. Want to thank Cowtown Ben for stopping by the program. Everybody who had their hot takes during cracking the code. Now the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
This is the outro.
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Thanks for stopping by, Cowtown. What a rare goddamn treat that guy is. Jesus Christ, Greg. We're going to edit the shit out of that.
No, you're not.
Let's go. You can stay right there. Let's go around the panel, give our man balls out. Greg Benson, I'll start with you.
Oh, we're actually doing all of the segment 1 stuff in segment 1 this week.
I remember
Fuck
to
me
do it.
running.
Novel approach, isn't it?
I will not fuck you running, and I told you to not reference Chris Dorn again until segment 3. Your man balls of the week, my friend.
My first man ball of the week is going to go to Justin Merriam because I thought he had a great game against Seattle. Had a goal, had an assist. It was all over the place. Did very well. Second man ball of the week, obviously it's the A-League off season. So I'm going to give it to Chicharito because it's his birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. I'm Chicharito. I'm Mexican.
I knew it.
And also from Peru.
I knew it.
There you go.
All right, fantastic. Another man ball to Bobo. Darby Schnarfus, Fake John Zadar, the 40-year-old man-child. Your 2 man balls of the week, my friend.
All right, so my first one's going to go to Jimenez again. Like he played fantastic last night,
Yep.
and he totally deserved it. My second man ball goes to Artur for being the only guy to actually show up for both the game last night and then the previous unmentionable game.
Yeah. Real
Like,
talk.
Everybody else checked out. He
Artur's
was
the
fucking
future.
there. He's the future. Back up the dumpster, the dump truck of cash.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
On his front porch.
Just
and
do
get
it.
All the monies.
Yep. It can even be real money. It doesn't even have to be Gam or Tam.
Right. I mean, So Anthony Precourt, we know you're listening.
Yep.
Make this happen. I don't care what the details are. Spend the money.
Ever since John Zadar attacked him on Twitter, he's been listening nonstop to Aces Radio. He's been catching up by going to acesradio.com. Season 1. I wouldn't listen to episode 1.
Morgan, that's not fair to talk about John Zadar when he's not here. Oh, wait!
He's here.
Stank Lord.
Nope,
The only
that's not
reason he made it for this segment is because we have been talking for literally 10 hours.
48 minutes. Yep, absolutely. We're going to need to delete all our accounts. Mike Burkle, the Hollywood racist, as they call you.
Yep.
Reminder to you that man balls is a combination of man of the match and game balls, which has a thing that's too long as opposed to this explanation, which personally for huh?
No, thank you.
Did
Your
forget
man balls of the
something.
week, my friend.
He had to forget something, didn't he?
Of course he did.
Yep.
First one's going to go to Higuain.
Gonzalo?
Nope.
Oh, Federico.
That one.
Yeah. Okay.
I never get sick of watching him play soccer. He's really good at that sport.
Yeah, he's definitely back.
Like, really, really good at it. And he should keep being good at it.
Respect.
I would like that.
Probably better than John Zadar.
Ooh. Hashtag one love.
I don't know.
second man
I've never
ball
seen
of
him
the
play. That's going to go to Gangster Crew Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Because I fucking never get sick of watching Gangster Crew Baby do literally anything.
Abso-fucking-lutely. My first man ball of the week as well goes to Gangster Crew Baby.
Fuck yeah.
As opposed, or
I'm excited for the Ben Beachy era of Crewzers fandom. Don't get me wrong. Cowtown Ben is going to be a benevolent corporate overlord sponsor and president of Huston Holligans. But when he dies, Darby, which should be soon, Gangster Crew Baby takes over and leads us to the promised land of stand winning, unlike has ever been before.
Man, those lads are going to be so awesome.
Oh, Jesus. Enough of Chris
the
Doran.
shit out of those lads.
My second man ball goes to Andres Mendoza for being possibly the greatest player in franchise history.
He's Peruvian.
That's what I've heard. Yeah. I've heard that. Unfortunately, we don't have time.
Morgan's done with this segment.
What, 49 minutes, Darby? Just cresting over 50. If you've enjoyed the shit lordery on segment 1, I've got bad news for you. Mike Burkle's fucking leaving. And the Peanut Gallery is probably going to shut the fuck up for segment 2 because we don't have that kind of equipment. Stick around, everybody. This is ACES Radio 48. Coming up on segment 2, Alexis Tschalte. We're going to all sneeze violently together. Tune back in, acesradio.com/hot deals.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dojo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, your last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting RESPECT. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full EFFECT. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F, man, don't stop. David, don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah, I'm an ace pilot. Yeah, I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all my people in coach, and to my first class folks, we'll show you how to scrape the sky. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in your precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 48, segment 2 of ACES Radio. You've made a tragic mistake by sticking with us, even after the Mike Burkhalterian shitlordery in segment 1. I'll tell you what, Greg, the fucking level of screaming that was going on in here,
it was a bit loud in the Peanut Gallery,
because
wasn't it?
of, like, Cowtown Ben's friend, who I never caught your name, John, I'm sure.
Cowtown friend.
Having a normal level conversation, and then fucking Burkle just stumbles in from the bathroom and just starts screaming at the top of his lungs about high school football.
No, because we thought...
Hey, shut up, you're not on yet.
We thought they didn't know how to count.
Oh.
If you're going to talk, put the fucking microphone in front of your mouth.
Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen,
if you're not eating it, you're doing it wrong.
For those of you just tuning in on Periscope, that's weird because we're not broadcasting on Periscope right now.
Yeah, what the fuck are you watching?
Welcome back to the program, The Wet Boy, Captain Jean-Luc Zedard.
Hey.
John Zedard. Welcome to the program. You missed the only segment you actually enjoy.
I know.
Yeah. Like, you have to now...
I thought about that as I was texting you. I was like, I'm telling him I'm not going to be there for the only part I like.
The minute you texted me, I was like, do I write back that so you're just not going to come then?
I thought about actually just being like, actually forget it. I'm going to skip the whole thing.
Well, thank you for coming, because that means Mike is not on the show anymore.
Well, the thing is, if you
Darby was here. You could have Darby.
Well, if you weren't coming, you wouldn't have said anything. So,
boom roasted. Nope.
I don't understand.
There it is.
I always tell you when I'm not going to be here.
Those buttons are very small. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in segment 2, so we have a celebrity guest in our presence. Welcome to the program, if you would, Alexis Parcher. Alexis Parcher.
It's pronounced tzatziki sauce.
No. Is it?
Oh, it's tzatziki.
Yeah,
okay.
that's always been my favorite.
Is that like a dip you make with Skyline?
Alexis tzatziki sauce.
Cincinnati joke.
It's good.
No, you should never make anything with Skyline.
Roasted. By the way, Mike Burkle invented Hell is Real. Mike Burkle invented Hell is Real.
Mike Burkle did?
Yep. Like 3 seconds before we were tweeting at each other, and his response, he tweeted right before I tweeted my response to him, and they were both the same thing. The Hell is Real Cup.
I thought whatever church erected the erected the Hell is Real sign invented Hell is Real.
Erected like a penis joke?
Yes.
Oh my.
Alexis.
What's up, Chris?
Welcome to the program. Good to have you. I want to tell people before we ask you questions exactly how your goddamn name is spelled. Tschalte.
That
Checker.
could not be more wrong.
And your last name is pronounced Checker.
Checkert.
Checkert.
Yes.
TSCH. Checkert.
Well, there's more, not what you put.
Dude.
Oh, go figure. Morgan misspelled something. What
is that not how you spell it?
That is.
No,
not
you didn't do that on purpose?
That's how it's spelled on my phone, though. Think about that.
That explains a lot.
Defend yourself.
TSCHAKERT.
Oh, there's a K in there?
Yeah.
That's where the K sound comes from. Yeah, that makes more sense.
How do you pronounce it?
Checkert.
Checkert.
I mean, it's still not right.
Oh, it's not right. No.
Probably delete your account at Nordic Nanny.
I'm not doing that.
Okay, welcome to the program, Alexis. We are going to just not mention your last name for the rest of the show. Start us off by telling us how crew fans would know you.
I think the best way to do that is to talk about the first time I met Pam.
No, probably not.
It is.
I would love to hear this story.
So, I was up standing in the concession line before they got it figured out, and the concession line was like a mile long.
Yeah.
And this girl was standing behind me, bitching about how she had a headache. It all makes sense now because she was with you. So that
Jane, you ignorant slut.
makes sense.
Yep.
So she was talking to her friend about how she had a headache, and I twirl around and I was like, I have Tylenol. And she was so excited. And it was Pam, but we didn't realize who the other person was until later. But I always have...
It's one of the worst stories
Drugs.
I've ever heard in my life.
I always have drugs.
Yeah. So that's how crew fans know you for getting...
Yeah, what? How does that...
Because
How
you
is that going
sold
to be
drugs to Pam.
No, because I always am prepared. I have zip ties, Advil, Tylenol,
I've been Home Depot. That's how you'd know
duct
me.
tape.
All right. Well, you also are the spouse. And by the way, I remind you, as always, to talk directly in the microphone. You're being very quiet right now, as opposed to the rest of the time when I've known you, when you've been extremely loud and annoying. You're the spouse of celebrity fan Rhino Roberts.
Yes.
Which means that you are the first, unless I'm forgetting someone, you're the first husband and wife celebrity fan duo that has been guests on ACES Radio. How's it feel?
Yeah, that's right. Burkle and Darby have been on, haven't they?
Yeah, we'll just edit out the rest of Mike Burkle's life in 3, 2, 1.
They just kissed. That's cute.
Yeah. Aww. Right on the lips.
I feel really powerful right now.
So you're married to Rhino Roberts.
Yes, and ironically enough, I had the opportunity to change my last name to Roberts, and I declined.
Don't do that. Everyone knows that that's the wrong fucking move.
I think it would have been very modern of Ryan to change his last name to Chicka Chicka.
I did present that as an option, and he didn't want to do it.
Because it's a dumb last name. Is that why you didn't do it? Yep, that's it. Okay.
Roberts is a dumb last name. Everybody has that last name.
Yeah, you could have been unique.
My grandmother's maiden name was Roberts. Delete your account. So people would know you as the person who gives drugs to Pam at the
Right.
concession stand. Got that out of the way. So where are you from originally?
I grew up in Delaware, Ohio.
Where's that?
That is like 40 minutes north of Columbus. I can do math. I'm like...
So are you...
Whoa. He hasn't graduated yet. Calm down. Or he just did. It's fine.
Congratulations to Cowtown Ben.
He's still learning.
Yeah. Ohio State University graduate class of whatever 4+ this year is. A lot of people are saying math is hard.
2345, I'm pretty sure.
Get on the fax machine. Check that out, John.
You'll be dead by then. It won't matter.
What'd you find out?
Nothing.
It's 4 + 17, 21? Good to have you back, John. Wonderful.
I had already said it before you made the noise.
Alexis, so are you from Delaware at a time when it was like a much smaller place?
Yeah, definitely.
As opposed to the bustling metropolis it is now?
Well, I mean...
That's actually not a joke. It is
At least fucking all of 23 is.
Yeah.
When my parents got divorced, my dad lived in like a cornfield where they put like one apartment building, and that was Lewis Center in its entirety at the time, and you had to drive through Delaware to get there. There was nothing on 23. There was not even a stop sign, let alone 50 stoplights.
No, it's crazy. Yeah,
God, 23 is unbearable.
It really is.
Unbearable. Always take 315. It's a rural route once you get past 270, but it's worth it. Unless you're behind a school bus going to Ohio Wesleyan, you'll get there really fast, Greg.
Yeah, my parents actually used to own the music store downtown when it was quaint and not what it is now.
Darby just pointed at you.
Darby just choked on his beer and was like,
I know music. I've been to a store.
Yeah, that's a store that sells music.
All right,
stuff.
so you're from Delaware. Did you go to high school? Is there a Delaware high school?
Yeah, Hayes.
Hayes?
High school. Yeah, but I bugged out after 2 years, and
You dropped out.
No, I was an overachiever, and I went to Ohio State. There was a program where you could take like one class at the real high school and all the rest of your classes at Ohio State Marion, so that's what I did.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty smart.
I feel like that's probably not true. Did you know what 17 plus 4 was?
21.
I literally said
she
it
is
a minute
pretty smart.
ago, and you still didn't know. Off the
John,
top
you
of
and
your
I
head.
had no idea, and she actually knew it. Yeah, like she's pretty smart.
She's not smart enough to not come on this fucking show, though.
Yeah.
No.
good. Well, Ryan kind of volunteered
No,
for
he
this.
totally pimped me out.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You were the first female guest since Katie Mitchell when we were back at the office of Caster Connection, the site of Walter the Raccoon's death.
I don't think he died.
He's legitimately.
He's right here in front of us on
We'll
the
edit
table.
that out. 3,
I heard
2.
him speak a moment
No,
ago.
No, he didn't. That was
Yeah.
Greg. No.
Walter, can you speak for the people?
Hey, what's up?
Thank
No,
you.
no.
See, he's right there.
No.
Alive and
That
well.
was Greg. I watched him do it. Walter the Raccoon is dead.
I got invited on segment 2.
Moving
My life is complete.
the fuck on. So you're from Delaware. You goes to Hayes Middle School, and you says to yourself, I need to graduate college before 9th grade. So you do it. You find yourself in the capital city of Columbus. First of all, how'd you end up in Columbus?
I transferred to the main campus,
Great.
and then
Of Columbus State?
no, of Ohio State, and I.
That's also a school.
Which one is that?
Oh my god.
Windermere Hawks. Okay, so you find yourself at Crewzers FC Palace, built by ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace, and you says to yourself, these are my people, this is my place, these are my stands, I need to up lads. What brought you to the crew, and how'd you get into it?
That was also the fault of my husband, Ryan.
For being so smart, you seem not to come up with anything on your own.
Oh.
Wait,
I don't know how she comes back from that, John.
I'm not done with the story.
Oh, continue.
Thank you. So he took me to a crew game early in our relationship. But
Why is it getting louder?
I know.
Sorry, you're busy being roasted. Go ahead.
He, for some reason, thought I was a delicate flower who needed a cushy seat on the other side of the stadium away from the Nordeck. Yeah, so we're sitting over there, and the party is clearly in the Nordeck, and I'm like, why in the hell are we not over there?
Yeah.
And then that was the end of that.
And Darby was like, no, it's
And then
fun
you
over here,
dumped
I
him?
swear.
What?
You broke up with him?
No.
Oh.
No.
Not that
I
time.
stayed with
That's
him,
coming.
but we moved our seats.
Oh,
to
I
the
see.
Nordeck.
I see. Okay.
Tune into segment 3 for the divorce, John.
Fantastic.
So he says to them, Darby, I can't sit here anymore. This is boring. You're old.
Right.
Just because you know what music is and you've been to a store doesn't mean you've been to my parents' music store.
That's so true.
And
Did
you
you go
threatened
there?
Ryan with the divorce.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Yeah, that's a whole
Oh, God.
So,
Hillbilly
Ain't no
controversy
triggered
or
like
whatever's
Delaware
happening.
triggered.
Is that right?
Apparently.
Nice.
Don't get me started.
So So I know what brought you to the game. I know what brought you to Crewzers FC Palace. What made you stay there?
You did not pay me to say this, but I'm gonna say Tifo Sweat honestly really kind of hooked me in.
Very convincing. Let me guess, you're also not racist, but...
Yeah,
Oh my God.
that sounded real.
I'm gonna pretend that you're not there.
Sorry about your
Just-
daughter.
Oh, man, you should have been around for segment 1.
Just the kind
Word on the
of,
street is I wasn't here.
just the kind of
A lot of people are saying that.
Just do it yourself attitude, and just we're gonna get this done, and it's gonna be awesome, and
Yeah.
all the different ideas coming together.
You're talking about our Ocean's 11 heist of banners? Is that what you're talking about? We're going to get this done.
Yes. We need.
We're gonna
these
make it
banners.
happen.
We're just gonna take them in the dead of night. Yeah.
See, she came in early in the piece when it was still called Tifo Theft.
Oh.
No, and
Everyone hated
was
that,
just-
Greg.
I don't know. I heard a lot of people laughing, Morgan.
It was just a really good feeling, and then the best feeling is when you deploy it,
Yeah.
even though it'll only lasts like 30 seconds.
Enough Chris Doran talk before segment 3.
I knew as soon as I said it.
Speaking of Tifo Sweat, now this is the next question on the card here. So, John, myself, Greg, we're rough lads. We don't have time for creation of things, and we find ourselves sitting here doing show prep, which we always do, and we ask ourselves, we say,
Every week.
who and what is Tifo Sweat? And one of the main reasons we had your lame ass on is so that you could clue us in. So, what is Tifo Sweat? Who is Tifo Sweat?
Well, we definitely get a regular paycheck from the front office. We are featured on all the major news programs. Where that's how you become a celebrity fan.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
She's right, you know.
But no, for real, it's just a bunch of people getting together, putting paint on fabric, and hoping that the weather is favorable when we finally get our 30 seconds of fame.
When you think about Tifo Sweat in real talk here, I almost think that like painting stuff is kind of like a secondary thing. It's just like a bunch of people that get together and make fun of each other.
That's true.
And just kind of like crack jokes.
Yeah.
And then like 2 of those people of the 30 that show up end up painting some stupid banner.
That's true. I have to say though, like looking back through my pictures, I have some amazing pictures, and it's kind of like the history of crew games.
Yeah.
In a way.
At least this era.
Yeah, and I have some great pictures of you hanging from the rafters of Caster Connection.
What?
Back in the day.
I mean this. I literally never did that.
I have really good pictures of you almost dying.
You're dead, Morgan. She watched you die.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking.
How
Walter
good can
the
they be if
Raccoon.
he didn't actually die?
Probably not very good. Are you talking about when Ken Edginson had the forklift?
Yes.
And I was,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
There's no reason I should have lived through that.
But you did, and I have pictures.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And it was the easiest tracing we ever fucking did.
If we could go back to that, we could crank out a TIFO like every 3 days.
Yeah, if anybody has a building that they're not using with like a 17-foot by 800-foot drywall, separating wall that just you don't use it, let Alexis chirp know, and we'll get over there and we'll trace some wheel trap shit.
Yeah.
Back to you. That was a John Zadar design project. That's probably why it sucked. Your thoughts?
So amateur.
I'm going to disagree with you only because John works for me at the arts festival sometimes.
What?
So you're John's boss.
I don't want to piss him off. So.
I'm already
That's
pissed
not
off.
how employment works. You shouldn't fucking worry about how he feels. You're the boss.
I believe.
I don't pay him, so.
All right, Mona, who's the boss here? Come on, be real with me.
Rough Lads.
Fantastic. Okay, so now, did you answer the question definitively? Who and what is Tifo Sweat? Like, how would people get in touch with them if they want to help out with banners, hashtag Tifo yet that never get made?
I believe that you would email tifosweat at tifosweat.com.
Oh, is that right?
I think so. And you probably will have to do that 3 or 4 times before you get added.
No, it's probably just once.
It's almost as if only one person tries to manage it all by himself.
Or herself.
Weird. Yeah.
Who would try it as who would take on such a monumental
That sounds
task?
very Walter Raccoon to me. If
Probably
I have
a
to
rough
be true.
lad.
It does.
No,
It's
I
very
don't think so.
Walter.
I feel like Walter has his own
I don't
sort of
think so.
laptop.
I appreciate all the efforts you've made, but maybe involve Kyle from now on.
I don't think so. I don't think they have anything to do with it.
245 fucking emails to go through here. Give me a break.
Walter the Raccoon, everybody. And I feel like when you email once, you're absolutely on the distribution list immediately, unless you're Cowtown Ben. You weren't added for. You tried like 5 times. I have to apologize for that. Whoever is in charge.
It's almost like you didn't care because he didn't live here or something.
And he's a child, and I didn't know if I was breaking Caitlin's law.
What does Shane's wife have to do with this?
Unbelievable. This is the song for his whore wife. This is where she had sex with other guys.
Oh, my.
So ACES Radio, here you are. After 48 episodes, you decide to grace us with your presence.
I was forced into this.
Why take part in, why listen to such a trash podcast, or as the celebrity guest from a couple weeks ago called it, a trash pocket?
Did somebody say trash?
Nope, no one said. Nope.
Let me smash.
Well, I actually like all 3 of you. You're all right.
You're not a part of the show, Burkle.
You mean 4, right?
And I'm also here to promote the Arts Festival.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
When is it?
The Columbus Arts Festival is a week from Friday, June 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Is it really already?
Yes,
Wait, when
it
is
really
it?
is. June 9th, 10th, and 11th.
Oh.
All right, so if people want to get
This is
involved,
a nude event, right? All nude?
Yes, all nude.
Okay.
Yeah.
John, you just keep calling John that.
Of course you will, Mike.
We're
Of
desperate
course
for
you'll be
volunteers.
there.
Yes, John, it's fine. It's a nude thing. People want to get involved. First of all, what positions are available, and how do you get in touch?
Missionary, doggy.
Save the Chris Doran jokes for segment 3, John, for fuck's sake.
Oh, my God. Did you just pull at your nipples?
No, I just adjusted my shirt.
Is it the nude art fest? Yes.
Yeah.
No, then I'm not pulling at my nipples.
You would go to columbusartsfestival.org.
/nude.
No.
ColumbusArtsFestival.org.
And there
Gasm.
are whatever
That's
you're. This is going so horribly wrong, but whatever you're good at.
You're just giving him more.
There's a.
Oh yeah, tell me more.
I'm listening.
I can't wait to volunteer.
Like I'm mostly good on my back. I don't like working. I don't like putting forth a lot of effort. And I really enjoy
Burkle,
if it's
get over here.
in like
Fluff me.
6 seconds.
Let me smash.
ColumbusArtsFestival.org.
There's lots of different.
And there's a.
What's different? The shapes, the sizes.
Is there like a contact
the smells
us form you can fill out?
Yes, you would sign up.
New this year, a food court. All you can eat.
That's awesome. You would click on. You would click on get involved.
Yeah. Click on get involved.
It's right there. If you look for the spreadsheet graphic, it's in the center.
And there's all different jobs. You can work on like setup and cleanup. You can.
Nice.
Nothing I say at this point is gonna sound good.
So you can set up for it and clean up afterwards? God, if you're a dirty dog, this sounds like your kind of thing.
You lay down the mat and you hose it off.
Oh, and then you can work with me, which is
Is Ryan now?
in the children's area.
Sorry about your daughter.
A lot of finger painting going on there.
Whose fucking kid is this? It doesn't matter.
Whose kid is this getting fucked? Burkle's reaching his hand towards Greg's crotch.
Let me smash.
All right, so you go to and you want to do this in a private browser, is that right?
Incognito window.
Do
Yeah.
not do it on a public computer.
Right, not your work computer. All right, so Columbus
No, you'll get
Underground.
arrested.
And then you do go to get involved, right?
Yeah, you click on get involved, and you can fill out a profile to be a volunteer.
Just like Tinder.
No, you create an account to be a volunteer.
Okay.
And there are lots of different things that you can do. You can, like I said, you can help with setting up tents and doing like logistics. You can get involved with the artists and
Performance artists?
I'm just
or...
gonna do this with my eyes shut. I can't look at it.
You should definitely do it with your eyes closed. It's
Let me smash.
it's more sensual that way.
Jesus Christ! So you fill out the goddamn thing, and they'll get in touch with you. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. You know, plenty of fish sounds great. Fucking
Let me smash.
All right, so we're going to move on now to the Greg Benson question. He loves this, and that is the following. What is your favorite off-the-field memory? Please keep it clean.
Let me smash.
I have. Okay, the most recent one is going on the away trip to New York. The last game where we clinched the.
Our buttocks?
No, John. Where we knew we were going to play in
Let
the
me
cup
smash.
and host it.
Yeah.
2 girls, 1
And
cup.
Oh my god! Why did you even call?
Well, that answers itself.
There was a Sporting Kansas City game last night, and he just got excited. What are you going to do?
That was one of the best.
Shit bus. That was the shit
that
bus
was
trip.
Shit bus,
Yep.
and
Well, scat
it
play.
just is like the best story ever because it started out really bad.
Yeah.
Which we knew. I think even at the time we knew that eventually we would laugh about what was happening to us.
Yeah.
But
But it happened so quickly. It's almost like you didn't even have time to relax. And relaxing is like how it goes in.
Yeah, that trip that trip went in real dry.
Yeah.
it did start out really dry. And
The road
then-
got wet there on
It got-
71, I'm telling you.
Oh, it just started squirting all over the place. Yeah.
But no, I mean you were there, Morgan. You
I was there.
remember?
I had my.
What do you remember, Morgan?
I had my bags in the undercarriage.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You stuffed them all in there.
It got real wet down there.
Oh, it was soaked.
Yeah.
I am so sorry to literally everyone listening to this right now.
My shit was in the only cavity that got wet.
Right. Well, and as soon as we got there, you and Mike went up to hotel room and you emptied your bags.
That's right. It's so true. Yeah. Everybody else was in a cavity that remained dry.
Yeah.
And nobody even knew what happened until later.
Let me smash.
And I saw it all because I was back by the shitter.
Yeah, baby. Josephine's mom is just having like an earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
Orgasm down in
Oh.
Cincinnati. She has no idea why.
Oh, yeah. The foundations of the rest stop must just be, like, off their fucking base.
And we've killed Greg. Okay, so you said there was 2 of them? Is there a second one?
So shit bus is your favorite off-field memory?
No, wait, there was one more.
You have it on your phone.
Oh, yeah, I did. I made notes because
Okay.
I had a feeling something
Show
like
prep.
this was going to happen.
That's smart, yeah.
Good thing you've waited to utilize it till fucking now.
My other favorite, well, it's not off the field. It's
Okay.
It's a TIFO memory.
All
It's
right.
when I can't remember what game it was for, but it was when we made the TIFO that split open.
That was Seattle.
Yeah, fuck Seattle.
Yep, 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so excited because you see all these like amazing European TIFOs where they're moving things.
Yeah.
And there's one thing on this side of the field and another thing on this side of the field, and then one of those things turns into some 3-dimensional castle.
Yeah.
And it's just the coolest like art. And I went, that's my thing is art. So like, and especially 3-dimensional art. So to see that and be able to produce something not close to what I'd like it to be, but
Yeah.
it felt like we were like on our way to making really cool stuff, and then we just didn't make TIFOs anymore.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Are you on the hashtag TIFO yet bandwagon?
No, but it just seems like, I don't know, we just kind of
You put in the sack and Zach Berhalter?
yeah. No. What? You just tricked me. No.
Got the testicles?
No.
Yeah, we're back to this.
That was a really cool TIFO.
Let me smash.
Yeah, it ripped completely apart.
Yeah, but when you look at the video, it doesn't look that bad
Yeah,
at all.
it was fine.
Yeah.
It's still sitting in the shed if you'd like to recreate it.
Yeah, moldy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
no
not
thanks.
great, that's for sure. So moving on to the second to last question. This is the Zadar question. He loves this one. What does the crew mean to you?
Oh my god, I feel like that's really hard to answer after.
Oh, sorry, this plays
the
on.
conversation that we just had.
Yeah. Yeah, get serious right now. Hurry up.
I don't know. It just felt like, even at that first game that Ryan took me to, it kind of felt like I'd found my people. And it still feels like that, even with all the bullshit that happens and all the drama. I just kind of stay out of that and go there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Ryan and I work really hard, and we don't take a lot of vacations, so in some ways that is our vacation, and especially when we go to away games. So, yeah, definitely that music is perfect for
Yeah.
Let me smash.
Okay, fantastic. Last question. I like that answer. That's a good answer. That's kind of what I expected from every guest. No one said it yet, so good job, Alexis.
Thanks.
Last question. Most important. I have a feeling you've been prepped for this.
First of all, my answers are my own. I knew the question was coming.
Oh, is that
but
right?
This is my own answer.
So you've no fucking idea what it means, but this is your answer.
I was given a preface of what it meant.
Yeah, no, these are your words for sure. How can AGSAttack be stopped?
We need to call in the Borg.
Yeah, that's your answer for
That's
sure.
not his answer. That's
Okay,
my
it's a Star
answer.
Trek The Next Generation reference?
I fucking love Star Trek The Next Generation.
Is that true, Ryan? He's shaking his head. He says no.
Are you serious?
He said you're more of a Star Wars guy?
I love Star Trek.
Okay, well, let me answer your answer with a question of my own, which is how they say it. How do you call in the Borg to just destroy one person? They're going to assimilate everyone. Were you not at Docicero in 2013?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't really think it through.
You can't just call in the Borg for one person. That's not how it works.
Well, we know they're coming, so we'll bug out.
So we'll just flee?
Yeah, we'll put the dude.
But the rest of the
whoever that
population of
dude
Earth?
is, that AGSAttack. We'll put him in like a pod.
Yeah.
Shoot him out,
Oh, okay.
and then
What if we just shoot him into space? Do we really need to call the Borg if we're at that step?
yeah, to make sure that it takes.
Oh, okay. So
I do like launching him into the sun wouldn't
Can
do it?
I just interrupt for a second to point out that as soon as you said put him in a pod, Mike Burkle pointed at his junk. Like, furiously, rapidly pointing, like, look at this! It's over here, pay attention! I don't know. Must be a Cincinnati thing.
Let me smash.
I would say that if we just shot AGSAttack into space, he'd probably die.
Well, why are you still asking the question if you already have the answer?
Would you like to rephrase your answer?
No, I'm just saying it. Why do you keep asking people if you already know the answer?
We like creative answers because it means that we don't have to think about things.
It's really just time filler for more Buffalo Bills talk. Back to you. You ever play Super Tecmo Bowl?
No, I don't know what that is.
It's the best video game of all time. NBA Jam's up there. Sports Talk Baseball
Is
also.
this about basketball?
Well, Morgan is more of a basketball guy.
Unfortunately, ain't nobody got time for that. Want to thank Alexis for stopping by here on segment 2. Maybe she'll stick around for segment 3 to give out some blood points. As long as there's not an open mic for Mike Burkle to fill. We'll all be thankful. Stick around for segment 3. We got your hot takes coming up, battle for the grand prize, and more. Episode 48, ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping ain't an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it? David F, man. You don't stop. David. You don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spin my wings and fly. To all the people in coach. Yeah. And to my first class folks. Yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorance Lunch, shitlords, Buffalo Bills fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones. You've made a big mistake by joining us on segment 3 here, ACES Radio, episode 48. Big shout out to our guest on segment 2, Alexis. What a rare treat that was, Greg. My sweet Jesus.
It was.
I'll tell you what, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Glen Avenue Soap Company, John. You know, you and I are always in the bathroom together, upping lads, winning stands, and we always say we got to give a shout out to Glen Avenue Soap Company. They make really good smelling soap.
It does smell amazing.
What was that? Can't hear you.
It smells really good.
Fan-fucking-tastic. We are live on Periscope. To all of you out there watching on the worldwide internet, I remind you, as always, this is a Buffalo Bills podcast, and a Buffalo Bills podcast only if you're not all about QB Bills, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith, and Don Beebe. Go ahead and delete your accounts. Back to you, Walter.
Something like that.
Hey, Todd Fichtenberg, because we're on Periscope, I keep getting alerts that people have signed on to the HangOnTour account on Twitter from Flint, Michigan. Is that you? Confirm or deny? Jesus, there are a lot of hearts rolling in. Christ. Somebody just go ahead. And Ben, you're watching the stream, right? Let me know if Todd ever answers that. Welcome back to Alexis. You're joining us for segment 3, as I have promised to let you give away blood points.
Sure.
The only reason you're here is for the glory. You're like an Argentinian designated player.
I love glory.
Are you talking about
That's an entirely different beer company.
Yeah. Von Siegel says, yeah, Scott Norwood. Greg, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge that is the 1991 Buffalo Bills AFC Championship year?
What would that scourge? Fuck. What would that cure be, Morgan?
That's right, Greg. They say the only cure for the scourge that is wide left or wide right, or perhaps a combination of the two, are hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an ACES Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the masses.
You're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter.
Wide right like Josephine's mom.
Come on, John. You like that joke. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Greg's very funny.
I thought it was pretty funny.
My mouth is full of water.
You should show up to the podcast drunk more
Just
often,
like
Greg.
Josephine's. Oh, never mind.
Walter, you should delete your account. Welcome back to another edition of Battle for the Grand Prize, ladies and gentlemen. Your hot takes from Twitter and from Reddit, but not from Twitter.
really want John Zadar dead.
Jesus Christ, Glenn Tennis, take it the fuck easy. These guys, they just won't
fucking
stop
relentless.
wishing death on John Zadar. Before I get started with the hot takes, you guys, I'd like to go ahead and read the standings. Holy shit, that's why people tune in. In first place, Lord of the Shits with 17 points, followed by Hired Ballerina, not spelled how you think it is, Greg, with 14, Phil Golfart with 11, Mabwadi 2 Bootylicious with 10, Setting the Table, a.k.a. the Kentucky shitlord known as Darren, with 8, underscore Ken in 6th place with 5 points, followed by Pippinips, Hug Me, Shaven Oregon, Alex Thomas, and none other than Metric Conversion Bot checking in 7th place with 4 points apiece. Buttle Surfer, Kruzschmack, and Darby Schnarfus following in 11th place with 3 points. Yvonne Siegel, the Crew Pat, a.k.a. Patrick Moore, Mike Hudson sucks, he certainly does, AGSAttack, Pamela Lynn Hughes, Steve Abreu on tour, Darling Thief, and none other than Greg's ass, checking in with 2 points. In 14th place, the gaggle fuck of celebrity fans is as follows. Bob O'Shaughnessy, Dave Edinger, Dirty Slut Pam, John Burkle, From User, Blank Blank 91, Iscariot, DH Goat, Aces Reflections, GCG Bag Tyler, Hey Free Sandwich, Hansy Locknane, and The Ghost of Stern John, all tied for 22nd place.
I just love
with
that
1 point.
I just love that John yawned halfway through that list.
He certainly did, Greg.
Yeah.
Bringing up the rear and getting the bulk this week in 35th place with 1 point, the real Chris Doran. The real.
Which is a role reversal because usually
Chris.
it's the real Chris Doran giving the bulk.
Oh my.
He has sex with people.
Yeah, he likes to have sex with your girlfriend. Moving
Wonderful.
on.
Chris Doran jokes were a lot funnier when Alexis was choking on her own spit. Moving on now to the subreddit known as The Massive. I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. The first hot take comes to us tonight from none other than user Great Clips Columbus.
Oh, God.
With 14 points, he has the following to say, quote, "Can someone please let Mr. Zadar know his free haircut for 3 soccer goals cannot be exchanged for a pubic hair trim?" Last time was a little awkward, and despite his offer to throw in Periscope hearts, we just don't do that kind of thing here. End quote. John Zadar, your thoughts?
I have barber's clippers at home. I take care of it all myself.
Don't put those on your genitals, man. You were asking for issues.
No, not on the genitals themselves.
Is that
but
right?
Around?
Just around?
The area around.
Just around.
Beard trimmer.
Yes.
Yeah, use that. That's
No,
way less
I don't
aggressive.
have one of those.
Walter the Raccoon, your thoughts?
He has nothing.
Morgan, remember that time you shaved your entire lower body because you didn't know where to stop?
That's happened multiple times.
And then ask somebody to hug you?
Yeah, Pam loves it when that
I know.
happens.
She gets really mad.
She does.
I don't know why.
Like, it's my pube.
Right.
My pube. Just the one.
Just one.
His name's Gary. Moving on. From user Lord of the Shits with 7 points.
Before you go on,
Yes.
Flash forward to next weekend. From user Gary the Pube.
That guy has a lot of hot takes. He's probably going to get
I'm
blood
sure he
points tonight.
does.
Regardless, Lord of the Shits with 7 points says, quote, "In West Upper Arlington, born and raised, in a warehouse is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball in my gray shirt. When a couple of rough lads were up to no good started making trouble at my Wild Wings. I got in one little fight and Josephine's mom got scared and said, 'You're moving with that Aussie and the artist to the Nordeca.' I whistled for a poober, and when it came near, the license plate said Doran, and it had shoes in the mirror. If anything I could say, this poober was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, bitch, to Mafre." End quote. Alexis, your thoughts?
That was amazing. Who sent that in?
That was user Lord of the Shits.
Who is that?
I don't think you quite
really
understand how
tiny
this
bong
works.
hit.
Don't do that
Do
with the
you?
microphone, whoever did that. Jesus. He's in first place. Moving the
Oh,
fuck.
he is in first place?
No one knows. Thank you, Mike Burkle. Moving on for user Phil Golfart with 8 points. Quote, this is probably dirty. Yep.
Cool.
It's dirty. Sup, aceholes, I've made quite a discovery, so I had to break up with my ex because she got pregnant. But since
Jesus.
that's a good reason.
Yeah.
But since I'm a gentleman, I figured the least I could do would be to get her a selfie stick as a breakup gift. After searching through ZZ Boots, Wildman's Leather and Lace, it hit me that tons of MLS teams have supporters groups that could be named for dildos. Here we go. I'm sure this was part of Donnie G's plan to subliminally entice lady fans. Front offices are tricky like that, so here they are. Atlanta, the footy mob. Ugh, I can't even make a joke about feet fucking. Gross. You do you, Atlanta. Fantastic. Chicago, Section 8. Not found where you'd expect it to be. This faux boy toy sings the same tune over and over until you climax. Columbus, La Turbina Amarilla. Solid, Jesus, Morgan. Sold with a luchador mask.
I mean, it could be solid with a luchador mask.
No one's arguing about that. It won't take long before getting drummed by this yellow engine will have your bed sheets. Muy mojado. That must have been worded incorrectly. DC, Screamin' Eagle, your bald coochie will be black and red after going the full 90 with this patriotic pussy pulverizer.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
That gets a blood point for that one
shit.
alone.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of blood involved with that.
Oh, my God.
Never mind, I'm giving it to you. The blood point, I mean. Not,
thank you.
Yeah.
No.
Not
DC
anything else.
pulverizer, whatever the fuck it was.
No, I'm not DC pulverizing you under any circumstances. Back to you, Morgan.
FC Dallas, El Matador, a spicy sausage from south of the border. This one was cheaply assembled by absentee owners and often causes burns.
Ooh.
Aha! An MLS 1.0 joke.
I don't know how Joao Plata comes back from that.
Kansas City, the Cauldron. Hey, fellas, here's one for us. This alt vag recreates the warm, moist hole that you've been dreaming of. Rest assured, you'll be praying to Jesus by the time you retract your lonely, pathetic schlong from it. Sporting! Solitude. That's very good. New England, the Midnight Rider. This clam opener has a very uncomfortable surface. Jesus. NYCFC, the third rail, also known as the turd rail. This oil-based device can play in locations not originally intended for its use.
Oh.
Fuck. Minnesota, True North Elite. This is a pricey vag gadget that you can conveniently buy at Target. Orlando, Iron Lion, Firm. This purple sheeple eater comes in just one setting. Firm. That's what they're called. Portland, Timbers Army. It's a log, and you shove it in your vagina, fucking hippies.
I'll never watch Twin Peaks the same way again.
San Jose, the Fault Line. Shake this no-cow Steely Dan up your crevasse, and you'll experience an earthquake of pleasure. And finally, Seattle, Gorilla FC. Get gorilla fucked by this alpha male. Just like Seattle, it's plastic, hairy, and wet at least once a day.
Oh,
and if you're puzzled about the absence of a double entendre from this list, Chivas Union Ultras held that claim. Signed PGF, and quote, Greg Benson. Your thoughts?
I need to block that out of my brain. More alcohol is required.
Yeah, sweet Jesus, my God.
Let me smash.
Moving on from the shitlord known as the Landshark 42, a.k.a. Caitlin Paulson with 5 points, quote, grab your jorts and fuck your sister as crew head down to good old Kentucky for the first ever Ohio River Derby. Crew fans are guaranteed the full FC Cincinnati experience with Kentucky bluegrass in the air and all the sweet orange Kentucky bourbon you can drink. Remember, the game day experience isn't complete until you get a red card for vomiting hashtag Blorange all over Nippert Stadium. End quote. John Zadar, your thoughts?
I don't want any part of any of that.
No.
From the jorts to the sister fucking to the vomiting color I didn't even know of.
To the Blorange.
To the user who wrote it.
Right.
Moving on from user AGSAttack with 5 points somehow.
What?
Quote, at this point, are we sure Cincinnati is real and not a product of hallucinations from a diarrhea-filled night of chili eating? Also, go Columbus, end quote.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Alexis, your thoughts?
Borgum. Is that the guy I want to Borg?
Yeah, that's the Borg boy.
Yeah, Borgum.
I'm gonna Borg the shit out of AGSAttack.
Is this still more of Phil Goldfart's sex toys, the Borg?
Moving the fuck on.
It was the AGSAttack.
Oh, yeah. The Borgen.
Battle of
That was
Wolves.
Hug Me
3-5.
Shaven
No, my
Borgen
God.
for everyone that didn't hear it.
Yeah. From user Slice of Tony with 3 points, quote, fuck Cincinnati, end quote. Yep, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Greg Benson?
I did once. It hurt.
I'll name women after anything these days.
How about you? Moving on from user setting
Sadly,
the table.
you are correct.
With 3 points, quote, last night's Pups at the Pitch promotion at Monterey Stadium was a fun evening with our furry canine friends and crew soccer. But behind the good vibes of the victory over Seattle, there was also an evening of blood, urine, and tragedy.
Wait, we have another sponsor now?
It began with Crew Cat. His demise had been sorely exaggerated as he was scheduled to make his triumphant return before the game as part of the festivities. The beloved mascot's ninth and final life, however, met its violent end when he was accidentally mauled to death by a roving pack of hungry Shih Tzus while handing out free samples from the new stadium concession vendor, Ham Arby's. Simultaneously at the tailgate, the terror continued when fake Katie Mitchell misheard Pups at the Pitch and was observed by witnesses pulling out a switchblade and going on a drunken rampage, mistakenly thinking it was Cuts at the Bitch night. Hashtag too much strawberries drank. Hashtag steaming pile of Shih Tzu. Hashtag John Zadar asks, who was that again? End quote. John Zadar, your thoughts?
That was a great hot take person who I totally remember.
Fake Katie Mitchell, your thoughts?
I loved it. I stabbed
Katie
all
Mitchell,
kinds
everyone.
of people.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to be here right now.
How was Cuts at the Bitch night?
Should be in jail.
Were you
It's my favorite night. We should do it every night.
Oh, every night?
Oh.
Even when there aren't games?
Maybe just... Okay, yeah.
Just game nights?
Just send bitches there.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Katie Mitchell, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a rare treat.
Oh, meet me at Wild Wings.
That's where people fight. We're a Bills podcast. You forgot to say Buffalo. How dare you?
I've never been to Buffalo.
Katie Mitchell, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Nope. All right. Moving on from user Darling Thief with 3 points, quote, with all the hashtag painting mania going on, the Chaz and I had a brief halftime discussion and noticed that we've been focusing our energies in the wrong place. We need to institute hashtag singing mania so that we can add some stolen songs to our repertoire in equal measure with all the stolen banners. Maybe then I can bang out more than just the same 4 beats for an entire match. Hashtag chats with Chaz.
It was talks with Chaz, actually.
Whatever it is. Back to
Chats
you.
with Chaz is better.
Chats with Chaz is better. I feel like you should go back and edit that.
Greg Benson, your
hot
thoughts?
take. Yeah. I'm just surprised that when the hot take said, keeping in mind that we know Darling Thief to be a female.
Correct.
Of the female persuasion.
Do we?
Yeah, if you were here last week, you would have known.
Yeah, it was. That was part of the joke.
Saying that maybe then I can... Oh, I get it because you were here last week. That's why it's funny. Saying maybe then I can bang out more than the same 4 beats. I'm surprised that we didn't collapse into a fit of giggles like we did in segment 2. Never mind. I'm done.
Moving on from user Morgan's ass.
Winner.
With 1 point, quote, I'm getting the bulk, end quote. Alexis Kutcher, your thoughts?
I actually know what getting the bulk means.
Been visiting Doran, have you?
No.
Oh, no, he's been coming down to the Arts Fest.
For those who, well, I was going to say those not on Periscope, but Periscope doesn't actually get these guys in shot anyway. Burkle's response was, yeah, you do. And Ryan's response was to high-five Burkle.
See that?
Yes!
Jesus.
That's
Tyler loved that one.
laugh.
Moving the fuck on. From user hired ballerina not spelled how you think it is with 3 points. Quote, ciao, shitlords. Were you just looking at the calendar and thinking to yourself, I got nothing to do on 614. I wonder what the Crewzers are up to that day. Well, guess what, Mayor McCheese? They are traveling the perilous corridor that is I-71 to take on the FC Fuckboys in the inaugural Hell is Real Cup. So borrow $5 from Agent 99's manager and lace up your ZZ boots and get riding and rolling down south where kissing your sister never ends in a tie. You have no transportation, you say. A raccoon destroyed your engine, and you've been banned from Poober because of too much hashtag beer culture in the back seat? Have no fear, because Merrim's murder boat is here. Just step inside our luxurious Winnebago of Miram, love, as we end childhood sobriety all the way down to Nip Hard Stadium. Our RV comes fully equipped with everything a buff lad needs to win the stands, like bra cannons and dick bands. Dick bands come in all sizes, too, whether you are small but perfectly formed or Doran size. We got what you need to keep your man-meat in place while you up the lads. We will have you back home and safely tucked away in your bed with your sweet, sweet Bailey before you can tweet, Merrim is a golden god. Hashtag, here is where Merrim hangs the meat hook. Hashtag, and the spot for his MLS MVP trophy. Hashtag, Merrim for president in 2020. End quote. Yep, they hated it. John, sorry, your thoughts. Press that button twice.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're going to bed with an entire sweet, sweet Bailey. That's quite a lot of FC fuckboy supporters to.
It's at least $151 tickets sold, Greg. Moving on from user Zappalicious with 3 points. Quote, Seattle is, was, and never will be a Crew rival despite whatever a small yet vocal contingency of Mafre fans say. Don't at me. Hashtag hate week. Hashtag cold take. Hashtag last second Doran dick joke to appease the angry masses. End quote. Greg Benson?
Yeah, we still hate you.
How dare that guy?
Yeah,
Seattle is one of the biggest rivals in the
Seattle
league.
invented the Columbus rivalry. Seattle invented the Trillium Cup and then was kind enough to donate it to Toronto.
Moving on from user, yep, it's Katie Mitchell with 2 points. Quote, oh my God, this jersey makes the best pillowcase. Now I can smell our tour's sexy sweatiness every night with a bottle of strawberry stuff. End quote. Katie Mitchell, everyone. Fake Katie Mitchell, your thoughts?
I approve.
Katie Mitchell, everyone. Thanks for stopping by the program. This has been a real treat. Second to last hot take of the night comes from Dick Band Guy Was Taken with 2 points, quote, end quote. That was pretty good. Greg Benson, your thoughts?
Yeah, I just love that 3 letters can somehow get more upvotes than most AGSAttack hot takes.
Boom. Roasted.
Thank you, Mike. Moving
Thanks,
on.
Thanks for your contribution to the show, Burkle.
Last hot take comes from Talons with 1 point, quote, finally, the front office has listened to the Cincinnati Crew fans' pleas and our deciding to play in Cincinnati instead of Columbus. That's exactly what it said.
Did a Cincinnati person write this?
I was going to say, that's quite clearly a Cincinnati education speaking there.
Hashtag no bus needed. Hashtag lace up on the footy pitch. Hashtag football club day Covington.
Ooh.
End quote. Alexis, your thoughts?
I already know who I'm giving my blood points to.
That's not how.
That's not what he asked.
Yeah,
that's not how any of this works.
Oh. I have nothing.
Was that just like a woman orgasming? What was that noise?
I don't know. Alexis, back to you.
Let me smash.
All right, we have
I'm
blood
sorry
points
about your daughter.
to give away. Whose fucking kid is this? We start with the absentee amateur artist. John Zadar, you have 1 point to give away, and it goes to the following user, my friend.
Morgan's butt.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I forgot that was an option. God damn it.
I've come to talk with you again.
You sure about that?
Pretty positive.
You can rethink. We'll come back to you.
You're welcome to.
Alexis Top. You have 2 points to give away, my friend. They go to the following users.
Okay, who was the one that talked about John trimming his pubes? Who was that?
Welp. That was Great Clips Columbus.
Yeah, they get 1.
All right.
And then who was that first Katie Mitchell one? Not the last one, but the first one.
Was it?
That was setting the table.
Setting the table.
They get 1.
All right. Greg Benson, Hollywood Racist. You
Yes.
have 2 points to give away,
I
my
do
friend.
indeed.
They go to the
The
following users.
The first one is going to go to Lord of the Shits for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air
All right.
reference. And the second one, you know what? I'm going to give it to Morgan's ass.
No, you ruined it.
All right.
No, I was
moving on.
Damn it! I'm trying to create a drop for Nate here. Okay,
I have 3 points to give away. You know what, John? This is
Yeah,
a really
but now
good
it's
idea.
not.
Okay.
You're gonna come back to me. You're gonna come back to me.
My first blood point goes to Darling Thief, because I absolutely did have a conversation at halftime, but it had nothing to do with what the hot take was about, but you referenced it. I appreciate that. Back to you. Second blood point is going to user Talons, because, I don't know, I feel sorry for them. They can't spell and put sentences together. Last blood point goes to user Zappalicious, who incorrectly said that Seattle is not a rival because the theme this week is you get blood points for being wrong.
You know, I thought about it like you asked me to. I'd like to not give my thing to you. I'm going to give it to the real Chris Doran.
Unbelievable. No, nobody has time for this. This has been another edition of the Battle for the Grand
Real
Prize.
Chris Doran.
Morgan's ass.
2 points. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, will the beast almost out like a
Very long outro, John.
Let's make a toast to all the friends and fam, the folks involved since we started the jam, and to a world full of people who telling you what you can and can't do. Better recognize salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we do what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh, yeah, baby. No, you can't, Walter. Greg's texting on his phone.
I don't know. I got a text from an amateur artist. I had to answer it.
Fan-fucking-tastic. Moving on to prediction scores.
I probably should have read about 4 minutes ago for what it's worth.
I didn't know how else to tell you.
I don't know. My phone was face down. What do you
What's
want
happening?
from
What are
me?
you guys talking about?
Let's just, nobody's got time for this. Move on.
No, ain't nobody got
John loves segment 3. We have 2 games to recap. First one being Toronto FC, Greg Benson. Hollywood Racist, you said the most likely outcome was a 0-2 loss. That was very far from being true. However, it was a 0-5 loss.
I was 3 goals off.
You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul.
I don't believe in Morgan. God, you know this.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what I like being called. John Czar, the wet boy, the wetness. You said it was going to be a 2-2 tie. That was very wrong. It was a 0-5 loss. You get no points. May God have mercy on your soul. Continuing champion Morgan Hughes who said it was a 1-3 loss. That was very close. A lot of people are saying that's actually what happened. TV got it wrong. You get 5 points. May God have mercy on your soul. Moving on to Seattle Sounders FC, brought to you by the Fighting Capos since 1974. Greg Benson, Hollywood Racist. You said the most likely outcome was a 3-1 Crewzers victory. That was
one
so
fucking job,
not
Seattle.
even close to being true.
One job,
very close.
Seattle.
But Crew won 3-0. You get 5 points. God mercy.
So I don't believe in John Alexis. You know this.
Alexis talks about sex. John Czar, the wet boy. You said it was going to be a 2-1 Crewzers FC victory. That was very far from being true. However, it was a victory. You get 5 points. God mercy. So continuing champion Morgan Hughes. You said it was going to be a 2-0 victory. That was so goddamn close to being right. But Merrim ruined it. It was a 3-0 victory. You get 5 points. God mercy. Soul.
Thank you, Justin Merrim.
Moving on to the overall standings in third place. The absentee amateur artist climbs up to 10 points. You're still in third place, though.
Ta-da.
Yep, that's a drop. In second place. Very far behind first place with 30 points. The Hollywood Racist, Greg Benson.
5 points.
In first place. The continuing champion, number 1, Handsy Boy. You have 35 points, Morgan Hughes. You're very far from Greg. He has no chance of catching you. Morgan Hughes.
You're legitimately 5 fucking points ahead of me. That's it.
Yeah, Mike Burkle.
No, don't, no, you don't just John.
Rhino
Stop
Roberts
that.
from Twitter. Token liberal from Reddit. Love it. You want to hear that again?
That's funny, Morgan. That drop lasted about as long as you do.
Way longer, Greg. Way longer indeed. This is great. Moving the fuck on. Crewzers FC have a game coming up this weekend in the capital city of Colorado, Dick's Sporting Goods Park. I think that is that. Moving on.
Pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's New Zealand.
Fuck, I forgot
Called
to
Doran
download
Sporting Goods Park.
the
Fuck
goddamn
off. You
weather
did
report.
not forget to download the weather. Jesus Christ.
Alex Thomas does this to me. He sends it to me at like in between segments just to fuck with me.
He doesn't do this to you. You forget
Greg,
to download this shit.
6:46. He sent it to me at 6:46. Weather report for Colorado in 3, 2, 1.
Clap.
John, no.
Is this when we cough into the microphone?
Yep.
Game day forecast, week 14. Columbus Crew SC travel to Commerce City, Colorado for their second game in 4 days to play the Rapids in the area confines of Dick's Sporting Goods Park. The stadium is 5,200 feet above sea level and seats 18,061. Kick is set for 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which means 9 p.m. for those of us here in Columbus. Temperatures will be in the mid-70s, light winds out of the east, and sunny.
Can I make one suggestion?
Yeah.
Maybe turn the music volume down a little bit, Alex, and your voice up a little bit.
Is that right?
Yeah, just a bit.
And what time did he say that it was starting?
1800 European time, 5 p.m. West Coast.
Which is wrong because Mountain
3:15 our time.
Mountain Time's 2 hours behind us, not 3.
Alexis, your thoughts?
It starts at 9.
There's a lot of corrections
It
coming
starts
in
at
here.
9 Eastern, but I think he said 6.
I hope Gary Sportman
No, he said 7.
takes criticism
Did
well.
he?
I'm checking into it right now.
If I was wrong, I was
No,
wrong.
turns out Alex Thomas is a tool bag.
Oh, all right.
Yep,
Fantastic.
fantastic.
Thanks.
Moving on, Crewzers FC Colorado Rapids, the team that killed our MLS Cup hopes in 2009. Is that right? Or was it 10?
2010.
10.
'Cause they went on to win it.
RSL and then... Okay, yeah. Now I should check in.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
RSL was 09.
Fat fucking Connor Casey killed Guillermo. Greg Benson, what are you watching for this weekend, my friend?
I am watching for a Colorado team that is not particularly great, but somehow managed to find a way to win last weekend against Sporting Kansas City. Wasn't exact. I did actually take a rare moment out to watch an MLS game not featuring either Columbus Crew SC or Houston Dynamo, and Colorado did not play exceptionally well, but for some reason they managed to steal this one. They just don't have a lot beyond the goalkeeper. I mean, Tim Howard's going to be who he is, obviously, but
when your goalie is the selling point to fans,
that's
you in trouble.
They're bad. They're last place in the league.
That. Yeah, they've got the worst record in the league, but again, it's a road game featuring an Eastern Conference team versus a Western Conference team. So the only thing that I can expect is I have no freaking idea what to expect.
Yeah, -7 goal differential for Colorado, currently sitting at 10 points, last place in the Western Conference.
-7 from how many games? That's not that terrible, really. is
12.
it? I mean, that's not great. Obviously, you want to be above.
Well, it's definitely
you want
not
to be
good.
you want to be in the black, but -7 from 12 is that really that awful? I don't think it is.
Well, Real Salt Lake's a place in front of them with 14 points, and they have a -16 goal differential.
Well, yeah, the -4 of that happened last night in Houston. So
Hey, Crew are sitting at 4th in the East and 5th in the Supporter Shield, and we have a -1 goal differential. So, going to ask all the users to delete their accounts.
As you talked about in segment 1, these are the games that you would feel like Columbus could win or should win. I mean, we've talked about tie at home, win on the road. Fuck me.
Yep.
Win at home, tie on the
Strike
road.
that, reverse it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tie on the road, win at home. And I feel like if Columbus can get at least a point from this, bearing in mind how far they have to travel, it is the second game in 4 days. You're probably going to be using a lot different of a lineup than you used last night against Seattle. But again, it's an Eastern Conference team versus a Western Conference team, and all I know of MLS is I don't know what to expect from this game.
Yeah. Wednesday game and then a weekend game, and you're traveling halfway across the country. Recipe for disaster. Alexis Sharp. What are you watching for this weekend?
That seems like a really negative outlook, and I feel like we're still high off our win, and we're going to be just fine.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
You're watching for us to be just fine.
I can see you, John.
You haven't watched a lot of MLS lately, have you?
I'm being optimistic. I can't be depressed anymore.
Like I said.
Well, Colorado's won 2 home games in a row.
Hey, if we don't lose 5-0, I'm going to be real happy.
Oh, is that all it takes now?
It's really all it takes.
Jesus, God. It's like listening to ACES radio. Johnson are the wet boy. You're a soccerman.
I'm a sportsman.
Yeah. Once you get done watching Kansas City, what are you watching for in the Crew game?
Well, I mean, if I'm even in the mood to watch a Crew game after a Sporting Kansas City
It's a
game.
lot of energy, man.
They're two just completely different products. One's good, one's not.
Yeah.
No
one's disagreeing.
This is a must-win game. I mean, not from the sense of like a typical must-win where it's like, you know, if we don't win it, the coach is fired or the season is over kind of thing. But this is a must-win in that Colorado is the worst team in the league. They've only gotten 3 wins. The first one was their very first game of the season. So they did sneak one out against Kansas last week. But that just goes along with the same thing we've been saying for a while now, that this season is extra unpredictable.
Yeah.
As
and
far
the West
as
is trash.
Yeah, I mean it's not.
And they're at home.
I wouldn't say it's trash, but it's not overly dominant compared to the East as it has been for a while.
Yeah,
they're
I think
both
the team at the top of the West is pretty good. But
kind of right on par with each other, with the exception of like Toronto, who's a little bit above everybody.
My
But-
theory is when we say the West sucks, it just means the Galaxy are having a down year. You know?
the Galaxy plus the American half of Cascadia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2/3.
That's fairly
actually.
true. That's a good point. But so yeah, I mean, I think that this is a must-win game. I think that there's no excuse not to win this game. I understand we've been playing a lot recently, and Open Cup is about to start. There's going to continue to be roster rotations happening. But I mean, honestly, this is a must-win game for a team that wants to not just make the playoffs and sneak in, but make it in a secure position and then do something once they're there. So, I mean, Toronto's not going to be saying, I'd be happy with a point. That's not something that teams that want to go far say in this situation.
Yeah.
Regardless of current or recent results.
Yeah.
So,
If you want to go far in the postseason, if you want to contend for the top spot in the regular season, at some point you're going to have to start getting results on the road.
I mean, looking at like I said, looking at the table, they're dead last. There literally isn't a team in the entire league that shouldn't go, we can beat Colorado.
Yep.
Everyone should be saying that.
Yeah.
Especially us being up there 4th, 5th, whatever you said it was.
Right.
Yeah.
That being said, Colorado is, so they're 3-8-1 overall. Excuse me. Their home record is 3-2-1, and yes, that means on the road they're 0-6-0. So if Colorado is to perform, it is at home.
Sure.
And
the altitude is a big deal there.
Yeah.
It's a factor that really I don't think get anywhere else. Maybe I don't know how high some of the other,
Alex
mountain
Thomas.
range. Well, yeah, Alex Thomas,
Very
obviously higher than Colorado has ever been. But I think that's probably the highest elevated stadium in the league, isn't it? Don't you think? It's got to be
in the world.
RSL, I would assume, would probably be somewhere kind of close, but I don't actually
FC
know.
Himalayas is up there, but they're off this week.
Mount Everest United.
Yeah. Mount Rainier.
So that does play a big part, and that's probably why they're so successful at home.
Yeah.
They're used to it.
Our last time there was 2015, and that was obviously a good Crewzers FC squad that won there, but it took, I think it was 1-0, and it took a Kai Kamara kind of freak stern turn type of goal.
Yeah.
HangOnTour was heavy in that game. I'm looking for. First of all, it's weird to me that Crew FC currently sitting at 7-7-1, I believe. Yeah, 7-7-1, which means like Toronto FC, for instance, has lost one game, but they have 5 fucking ties. That's fairly typical in soccer, right? And I think it was the Chicago game to open the year, right? That was the tie. So outside of the first game of the year, unless I'm drunk, which I'm telling you I am. We haven't tied anywhere. We haven't tied anything. There's always a result. And I don't know. I don't want to spoil my score prediction, but I think that's going to change this week. And Greg Benson.
That is an odd statistic now that you're saying that. Us, Colorado, and Vancouver are the only teams in the league with only one draw.
Yeah. And, Vancouver and Colorado.
Wait, how is that?
What do they have in common? They're both out of playoff positioning.
Right.
Minnesota has no ties. Real
Yeah.
Salt Lake has one tie.
Yeah. And just to go to show, you guys were touched on goal differential earlier.
I take that back. That's fine.
Atlanta has +10 goal differential, but they're 7th in the East right now.
Yeah.
4 points below us. So goal differential.
I was looking at home records for overall.
What?
Yeah.
You can't just say that anymore.
I mean, I kind of am. Am I not allowed to say that?
I don't know.
No,
how you're, I don't know.
legitimately
how,
not. No.
I don't know what you were clarifying. What?
3, 2, 1.
Clap noise.
Clap. So let's go around the table. Latin term podcast host Greg Benson, Hollywood Races.
Yes.
Your score prediction for Crew SC versus Colorado Fat Connor Casey's.
I am taking a, dare I say it, massive gamble here, and I'm going to predict 2-1 Crew SC.
Dangerous.
Yes, it really fucking is. I may not be sober.
Yeah, you're either gonna. Yeah, this is gonna pay off.
I'm going to regret this, or I'm going to look like a genius.
You're either going to
and
be in
I
first
know
place
which
by
one.
a lot, or you won't even have to worry about the standings anymore. Either way, you win. Alexis, your score prediction for Saturday, my friend.
3-2 Crew. We're going to win. I'm not worried about it. It's fine.
All right.
She's not worried about it.
That's
Not
the kind of
worried
But the
in-depth
scoreline she
soccer
predicted
talk.
is 3-2.
Yeah.
3-2.
Who scores the goals
Uh,
for Colorado?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
Tim Howard?
answer.
Does Tim Howard get one?
Yeah.
What?
Does Tim Howard get one?
He's the goalkeeper.
How about Paul Scholes? Does he get one?
I don't know who that is.
Jonathan Mensah gets an own goal. How about
Andres
that?
Mendoza.
Who?
Jonathan Mensah.
He's on our team.
That's why he said own goal?
That's why I said own goal.
No.
You don't have to take
No,
this
he's
shit.
not going to be any own goals.
You don't have to take this shit from them.
God,
They don't
no.
even sell kids at art festivals. I have no respect for them. John Zar, the wet boy, on the heels of Alexis' soccer talk. I invite you to get back to Bills talk and predict the scoreline for Saturday, my friend.
Yeah, it's probably going to be... I'm feeling pretty good after this last win. I think that's a repeatable performance against the worst team in the league. I'm going to go with another 3-0.
3-2.
No, I believe in them more than you do, apparently.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say that we get our second tie of the year. 2-2. Dose a dose, as they say in Columbus soccer circles.
Is that what they say?
I've heard it 100 times, John. I've heard it once. They say dose a dose, and they clap Sportman's solitude. Hey.
Solitudemans.
John, let me ask you a question. What's GCG Back got going on this weekend, bro?
Oh, man. I wish I could tell you. Let me look at this picture that I took. See if maybe it has a.
God damn it!
Let me see if maybe it has a thing in it.
Kelly literally brought out the book of plans for GCG Bag.
Yeah, and she made me take a picture
last
of it.
Friday.
There wasn't. Not everything had something written next to it. What's the date going to be? The 3rd? No.
Remember
the 3rd?
when they had those tacos in a bag?
So it's an away game, so there's nothing happening.
Is that right?
Yeah. They'll probably be here because this is where they watch games. Come out to Zauber Brewing Company and watch this game.
What's the weather going to be like?
With cold?
Central Time.
And high.
Yeah. Fan-fucking-tastic. GCG Bag stopped doing their like tour, and they're just like, yeah, we're just going to
We're just going to hang at Zauber now.
Yeah.
Join
Greg Benson.
Murderers Row.
Yes. Are you doing stand-up anywhere?
No, I will be performing on Monday Harakiri live on stage after the inevitable 2-1 Colorado win.
Was that Harry Carey you said?
Whatever
What'd
it
you
is.
say?
I don't know.
Harry Carey?
What do you mean
I don't
you
speak
don't know?
Japanese. I don't know.
What is happening?
I will be disemboweling myself live on stage after Colorado wins 2-1 and makes Morgan lead by a lot in the blood points.
What is
standings.
Ryan? Is Ryan showing the weird Art Fest porn to the Periscope right now?
Oh, it's a periscope inside of a periscope inside of a periscope.
So fucking meta.
What if it was just a picture of Ryan's bulk?
Why are you smiling like a creep?
Can't confirm. That was a creepy fucking smile.
Bringing up the rear and giving Periscope the bulk. Yes! Ryan O. Roberts.
Tyler loved that joke. Fan-fucking-tastic, everyone. Thanks for stopping by, Greg.
Now that the Stanklords have both vomited from watching this disturbing stream.
Julie Sankey told me she
chunks are rolling in on Periscope right now.
They don't watch anymore?
They find it boring.
They're too busy having weird stank sex?
Sophomoric. Fan-fucking-tastic. Thank you to both Stanklords for tuning in on Periscope. Alexis for joining us on segments 2 and 3. Mike Burkle, the Cincinnati Shitlord, the Showstopper. On segment 1, John Zadar, segments 2 and 3. Greg Benson, I don't really remember when you were here, but I'm sure you were. On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood, Urine, Spit, Salavia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, Erica Kress, Andy Lockney, Clark Beacom, JP Lococo, and the dead rotting corpse of Kevin Burns. Episode 48 of ACES Radio has been completed. And all Lord Guillermo's people said...
Anytime.
Katie Mitchell, everyone. Hell is real.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid. Ow!
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.